Happy Friday, everybody. I forgot to change the text to say Happy Friday. It's day 11, it's not day 1. I should have checked that. I should have got it right the first time. I just saw it. But happy Friday, folks. You didn't see nothing. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Happy Friday. Welcome aboard. Welcome back, Captain Coder here. Captain Coder here. Another beautiful morning for me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. So nice to see you. Nothing to see here. That's right, Moon is. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Who do we got? We got so many people here already. Thank you all so much for being here. Trivinox, good morning, maybe good afternoon. I say Trivinox, MMO Pug, Moon is, Unity Coder, Corefless Fabric, all of you, thank you so much for being here. So happy to have you aboard this morning on this beautiful day. This beautiful day. Corefless says, gotta say hi. We'll focus on gaming after a decent amount of errands and some work today. It turns out I need rest first. Good for you, my friend. Put yourself first. Make sure you Make sure you take care of yourself. Yeah, that's it. If you want to take care of yourself, you gotta take care of yourself by putting some cake inside that body. No. That only if you want some cake. Maybe a little bit of cake, maybe a lot of cake. You can have as much or as little cake as you want, Core. But you take care of yourself. Get some rest, my friend. Thank you so much for popping in and say hello. Hello to you. Hello to you. That's right, Trivinox. That's right. Finally, Friday. We finally got a Friday coming. We made it. We made it to this beautiful Friday. What are we working on? What did we do? I did a little bit of work off stream yesterday. Sorry, folks. I couldn't let the generator. I was so close. I could taste it. I just wanted to get there, but check it out. Check this out. What do we have? I got my generator building this. Look, the hallways work. It's not adding rooms. We started with this room here. This is the starter room. We it generates halls, crosses, these things, but look, we can generate room, boop. Oh, hang on. Can't boop it in there. Gotta attach a grid cell. Got a grid cell, hey. I said, hey, attach. Check it out. We gotta generate, add to scene. Boom, we got it. There's a little bit of bugs. There's a little bit of buggy, but look at that. It generates it. Let's generate another one. Let's move this bad boy off to the side. Add to scene, boom, there it goes. Dramox, but can it generate a full game? The only limits your imagination, Dramox. Dramox, so nice to see you this morning. Welcome back, my friend. Welcome back. The only limits your imagination, Dramox. Does this look like a full game to you? If it doesn't look like a full game to you, that's like, that's like your opinion, man. That's just like your opinion. Looks like a full game to me. Looks like, so watch. Looks like a full generate, add this in, watch, check it out. We can even run this. We're gonna walk around in there. It's gonna be off center. Look, is this or is this not a full game? Look, is this or is this not? Look how aligned it is with the camera. Perfect. Art is here, finally get to see some progress. Art, happy Friday, my friend. Is it Friday for you still? I don't know how time zones work. I don't know. Is it Friday for you, Art? Dekoshima is that an otter? Is that supposed to be an otter? Look how that emote, hype hands, that emote's awesome. All right, but yes, welcome back. Welcome to the crew, everybody. I'm so excited because we're so close. Can you smell that? That's not a code smell. That's the smell of, victory is nigh. Trivinox says, where you from, Captain? I'm in the southwestern portion of the United States. I've been everywhere. I've lived on the East Coast. I've lived on the West Coast. Right now I'm sort of in, almost westish coast. I've been told I shouldn't tell people where I live on the internet, so I'm trying. As much I want to tell you, but there are nefarious folks out there, I guess. So I'm supposed to be careful. But I will tell you that my Captain Coder, the Captain Coder LLC, my business is located in Arizona. I can tell you that much. Do with that what you will. Actually, I have a couple businesses. I have one. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I'm in the southwestern part of the United States. I guess I should be more careful with that. But happy, what's today? Friday. That's right. Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. So happy to have you here. Mr. Natural, thank you for being here. What are we working on? What do we want to get done today? But we have, look at this beautiful get that grid cell database. And I was so happy when I finally got this working. So the funniest part about this whole thing is as soon as I was off stream, I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm being silly. But I like that we're doing this. It's Friday, Dramulks. That's right. Mission says the southwest coast, located down there on the other side. Exactly. Tani, happy Friday. So nice to see you. How are your tests coming along, Tani? I hope you're not stressing too much about them. How are your tests? Trivanaut says, oh, I think we have a couple hours of difference. You're in Colombia. Nice. Yeah, so it is, I always say I go live at 7 a.m. Eastern, but it's 5 a.m. local. People always go, what are you going, you crazy, 5 a.m. local? Can you imagine waking up at 5 a.m. and streaming? No, most people can't. But the captain can't. The captain not only imagines it, the captain makes it happen. Making it happen, Captain. That's right, everybody. Okay, so what do I want to get done today? We got a wall bug in our generator. So you might have noticed there's these weird walls here. You might have noticed this wall should not be here. This wall, so when we're adding walls, for some reason, I think our east-facing walls get added properly. We have tests for those ones. But our west, north, and south-facing walls are not being removed properly during the merge. So the first thing I want to do is investigate this wall bug. It's not actually in Map Generator. I think it's in Map Builder. Tony says, I'm doing the best, but tomorrow's English, so I'm pretty lax today. You have an English class tomorrow? Is that right? Is that what you mean? I think that's what you mean. All right, everybody. So, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do today? That's right. Did I click the right thing? We're trying this, and I just accidentally opened up a music editor. Hang on, folks. Hang on, MuseScore. I didn't mean to open you. Remind me later. I don't need to make music notation right now. I don't need to write music. I'm programming a dungeon. Here. Art says, how do you distinguish between walls that should be preserved and ones that should be removed? Let me show you, Art. Great question. I gotta open up, this project's not even open yet. Let's go to our scripts here. Open up our project here. So this is a really good question. All right, so I have, let's go to my corridors here. In this file, I've defined my corridors. And then in this, I only have one room defined right now. Oh no, I don't like that. Some projects had trouble loading. I don't like that at all. Rooms, okay. So the way I have defined this, these dollar signs represent connection points. These dollar signs represent where other rooms can attach to this one. Okay, that's right, Dramulks. Money. This room has 4 monies. All right, and then we have corridors. The corridors have these dollar signs as well. And so this is sort of the way we specify that. I've built these tiles this way, specify the walls, and then I specify these connection points. So this connection point's at 0, 0 facing west. This one's at 2, 0 facing east. The connection points should never be, that's not true. When you connect 2 rooms together, so let's say this room gets connected something here, this gets removed. All right, so let me go to my test, and in the test it sort of explains it a little bit better. Map generator test. Okay, so when we add to a room, so we have this starting room, this is a corridor room. When we attach that there, so we're taking this left side, so I should call it west and east, and I'm saying connect these 2 points together, and it should result in this room. That removes that connection point and results in an opening so you can traverse that. All right, we continue doing that. You'll notice the walls get removed there's no wall. The connection points get removed. When we call build, so at the end of the day, after we're done sort of generating the room, any leftover dollar signs should be turned into walls. Any leftover dollar signs should be turned into walls. And I can kind of see, and I'm pretty sure in these, maybe I'm wrong, but they're basically right here. I can tell this is my starting room right here. Right here's my starting room because it's the only thing that starts with the square shape like this. Everything else is not square shaped. There's a connection point here that there's basically no way it should be a wall right here. So I know there's a bug there, but you'll notice in these other spots, sometimes there's walls, sometimes there's not. And I'm not quite sure I understand how to. Burke says, so you check the dollar signs, and if there's a valid room on each side, remove the corresponding wall. Kind of. So let me show you that in my map builder. My map builder, well, let me go to my map generator. Okay. So we have this method here, generate step. We have our base map. This is the map we're trying to build. And when we generate a step, it says, try and find a connection point in this map. So this will pull out a random connection point in our map. And it says, okay, we're gonna try and attach something here. This chunk of code here says, okay, look through all of the corridor options that we have and see if there's a corridor that can attach to it. So this one checks what are the legal things that could be attached, randomly select one of those. If there happens to be no legal options, we turn that connection point into a wall. Otherwise, we merge it in at that point, and the merge removes the dollar sign, essentially, is what it's doing. It removes that connection points. Towards, welcome back, my friend. Hello there, how are you? Towards, it's nice to see you again. G says, at least that is some good random dungeon generate, especially the random part. Yeah, random, it's random. We don't know why it works or why it doesn't work. It automatically does some stuff. But essentially, so it's actually not entirely true. So this one could potentially be left, right? So we could potentially generate this. So this one doesn't make sense to me here. These two walls existing do not make sense to these. Dramok says, just make them doors. Make them doors. We haven't defined doors yet. I do want to define doors at some point. So these two things don't make sense. So say this was our starting room. We added a cross here. Art says, oh, so you merge as you go during generation as opposed to first generating the whole dungeon and then clean up the dungeon. That's exactly right. So I want to do a Markov generator. So my whole goal here is to do a Markov generation where I can specify, and I'm not quite there. I want to be able to specify a series of room types. And so where did it go? Resources, corridors, and rooms. I want to specify a series of room types. So this might be a big room type, might have a long room type, and we have a small room type. So I'm going to specify a series of room types that you can attach to. And each generation step says, oh, where are the connection points that haven't been generated yet? And then select one of those, and each one of these connection points will have information on what possibilities it could have. So this connection in the room example, rooms are gonna say, well, I can only generate like hallways. If I have a room, I can only generate hallways. I'm not gonna be able to generate a room next to a room. There'll have to be a hallway between it, and there'll be some kind of table on the room that says, okay, there's going to be varying likelihoods of it being a straight corridor, a curved corridor, a crossroads, that sort of thing. But yes, the dollar signs, we select them one at a time and add to the map. One at a time, add to the map from a list of options. So we don't go and clean them up at the end until we get to the build step. So right now in my grid editor, I say, when I click that button, it says generate 10 steps. So it's gonna generate for 10 steps, and then it turns everything that's left over into walls. You're welcome. Thank you for asking, Art. I appreciate you asking. For asking such a good question. For asking such a good question, Art. 50 points to you, my friend. I appreciate you asking such a good question. But yeah. So if I want, so for example, if I set this to 50, we'll get a giant dungeon's a strong word. We get a much bigger dungeon. Let's take a look at what that looks like, because I find it fascinating. All right. Warlock's Gauntlet is gonna have a random dungeon. It looks cool. Moon is here. Have 9 points. All right, so now I'm gonna generate this. I'm gonna get like a really quite large map. This is interesting. Yeah, so this map is quite large now. Let's see if I can actually generate this into the scene. The other thing that I really like about this is the maps are kind of boundless. All right, add to scene. So we get a much bigger map here. But right now, we start with this square, the small room, and then all we can add right now are corridors. So you don't end up with this. I'm actually think it looks kind of cool. But we're gonna add little knobs. We're gonna add little options here, features, to let us specify varying different things. But yeah, this was fun to play around with. Like, ooh, look at that. We do get a, like some kind of dungeon. You could, I could package this up, wrap it up, put a little bow on it, and be like, all right, we're done. We're done. Okay. That said, I know for a fact that I'm 90% sure that there's a wall bug. Dremel says I would put those dungeons in my game. I can't tell if you're serious or not. But yeah, this looks like a reasonable. It actually looks kind of like a reasonable dungeon with very little effort on like. I'm not doing anything clever with randomization. And it looks pretty reasonable, right? At least for me, in my mind, I think it does. Okay, all right, here we go. Before we hop in, I do want to give a little shout out here since we got Art here. If you guys aren't, if you don't know, Art here is also a streamer. Art's also a streamer. Art is a game developer, developing his very own engine, his own game engine, which is awesome. The Warlock's Gauntlet is what I said. Was it Gauntlet? Warlock's Gauntlet, a swords and sorcery themes first-person hack and slash demo is coming out in like a week. Is it the demo or the alpha, Art? It looks like Hexen, Heretic, Doom, the old classic, beautiful pixel art. He's built the whole 3D engine. I hate to play favorites. But it is my absolute favorite. There's a lot of good streams, a lot of good developers, but Art is my favorite. If Art's on, that's usually where I'm at. So gotta go check it out. I'm super excited to play test it for you. And I'm just looking forward to it. Dremel says, now all we need is Dio to narrate the story of Warlock's Gauntlet, and we are done. Exactly. Let's do our shout out's still broken today. There we go. Got a real shout out there. I thought that would come through. Everyone, if you're not following Art, go ahead and click that little heart. Give him a follow. Gotta go check it out. It's awesome. Absolute joy to be over there. C++ custom engine. So if you want to, see someone, Captain Dremel says, the Heartbreaker, Captain Heart. You keep telling me to do that. Don't break the heart. Don't break a heart. Fill that heart with love. Give them some love. You gotta love that heart. All right. So nice little shout out there for you, Art. Thank you so much for being here. I hope things are going well for you. I'm glad you managed to get a little bit of a breather. I know what it's like to be in school. I feel like I never quite got out of school. I was only not involved in academics for, I think, like 4 years. So I was in grad school. Yeah, so like K through 12, right? So United States K through 12. And then I did 6 years of undergrad. So I was in undergrad a long time. Got a computer science degree, got a music education degree, got an environmental science degree in undergrad. And then I went into graduate school, and I was there for 3 years. Yeah. So that was, an interesting, I was in school a long time. And then I kind of did and during all that time, I was doing a lot of freelancing stuff. But then I was only like 2 or 3 years, I started my own freelance consulting business. And then I ended up getting wrapped into, I always wanted to be a teacher. Oh, that's not true. Summers I always did educational stuff. So I guess I never quite got out of academia. Art says, we wrapped an assignment this morning, spent 10 hours on it yesterday. It's been a busy week, but today is calm and nice. I'm so glad. So it's always nice. I hope that the assignment was a fun one or interesting and you learned a lot from it. All right. So I want to get something done today. Let's all right. Nice to hang out here and relax. Yes, I'm glad. That's how I feel. I know people are saying I look intense, I look hyped up, but this is like a really relaxing, enjoyable experience for me. I just have been loving streaming so much. Dremel says, Art, whenever you get that first alpha, I'll be waiting with the Dio Rainbow playlist on the ready to play. I'm excited for it, Art. We're all excited for it. Okay, so my test here, I have a feeling, let's go with my map builder test. I think the bug lies here. I think the bug is in my map builder test. And I only ever test adding things to the right. So I need to add in some tests that merge left, right, up, and down, north, east, south, and west. I say left, right, up, and down synonymously currently with those other things. So let's add in some tests here. Dremels, Art says, Dremels, I love Dio fronted Rainbow. Munez says, what's the ETA end of March? I think it's end of February, right? So we're like right on that. And, I've been seeing it in stream. It's looking good. Art was telling me in his last stream that I'm going to be able to seduce... In this alpha version, I won't be able to seduce the shopkeeper, but there's going to be I'll be able to seduce the shopkeeper later on. I kid. Lazamet says, every time I come here lately, the first thing I hear is bug. Is it still the same, or are you stuck in a different infinite loop? We have a different bug this time, Lazamet. I know this has been one of the most... So here's the thing. This isn't my own personal project. My student projects I always keep a little bit simpler. We're actually generating a dungeon now. All right, so our generate button works. To generate a thing, we can add this to our scene. So we get a dungeon, but there's these rogue walls that are not being removed properly. And so I'm just gonna write a test to figure out what's going on. I think there's a bug in my merge. The only walls that get removed properly are the east facing walls. And it makes sense that that's the case because I only have unit. It doesn't actually quite make sense, but I have unit tests that test that. Remok says rogue walls. There you have it. The name of the game, rogue walls. Rogue walls. Dramok says, Art, my dream was to always create a game and incorporate the story of Stargazer into it. I'll do that as an Easter egg. That sounds cool. Art says, I'm going to try to finish it up this weekend, then go for a release as soon as possible. That's awesome. This is the alpha version, by the way. Art says, I've listened to Stargazer so much, made several paintings with it as inspiration. That's great. That's great. Anyone doesn't know, Art is like an amazing artist is the other thing. So Art, is your username is Art, like, I think you said it's the French word for art, the way it's spelled there, but it's just as in like art, right? Artist. Is that correct, or am I just completely wrong? Map builder test merge with build north. All right, so we're gonna test going north. Yeah, art means art. Italian, that's right. Italian for art. I should have known that. Look, Captain Coder's a simpleton. Captain Coder is a simpleton. All right, so we have our room here. And I've defined my room. So I can do rooms dot 2x2 room and so I do map builder, map builder, builder, like that. And I like to keep these as comments. Let's add a comment to all of this. Dramulx is in Romania. I feel like I knew that, but that sounds so familiar to me. I feel like you've told me that before, Dramulx. Too many things open. I'm gonna need my corridors open. I shouldn't have closed that. Map builder test map generator. Here we go. All right, so this happens to be this shape. And then we're gonna pull out, yeah, Dramulx has been here a long time. Dramulx has been following me for a long time. Dramulx, you were in the days of advent of code, is that correct? In the olden times. All right, so we're gonna take this and we're gonna do builder.merge at, and we wanna merge here. So that's our north position. So that's gonna be 0, 0. New connection point, 0, 0, facing dot north. And we're gonna merge that new connection point. This needs to take, I really want to write, okay, I'm gonna write a little helper. I always, in my connection point here, I'm gonna write a little helper. Public connection point, int x, int y, facing direction. And this is just gonna be this, I think I have to do this, new position, x, y, facing, direction. Can I do that? Yes, I can. Okay. So I'm just writing, I want it to be a position internally, but I do this so often, I want to do it, I want to be able to define it like this. Okay, so I want to be able to make my connection point this way. Art says, this is in response to Dramulx, I only recently, in the last few years, learned that your language is close to the other Latin languages. Would love to go and listen to / read and compare it to Italian and French. That would be Romanian, I believe. Okay, so the room we want to merge in is going to be our corridors dot north south, and we're going to do in this one's connection points. Let's go get that as well. Our north south here. We're gonna see if we can expose this bug. We gotta expose it, gotta flush it out so we can squash it. So we're gonna connect it at this south point. So this is 0, 1, 2. New connection point. Meneliki, Meneliki. We love having you here. I love that. I love your little, I love the meat boy. Good morning, Meneliki. How are you, my friend? The map generation's going great. We're making such good progress. So this connection point though, 0, 1, 2. So X is 0, Y is 2, and facing south. So we're gonna do a merge at here like this. Let me show you, Meneliki. We're actually generating random, that they look like dungeons. We just have, we got some bad walls. All right, so we can randomly generate. If I click generate, let me get a grid cell database in here. We get a bunch of corridors. Let me move this out of the way. And we click generate, hit add to scene. Boom, look at that. Look at that dungeon there, that there dungeon. That looks like we could, go traverse in there. It's not the most interesting of dungeons, but we got some rogue walls. This shouldn't be here. This shouldn't be here. I'm 90% sure like a lot of these shouldn't be here. So we're writing a unit test to see if we can expose those bugs. So this merge at, after we merge it, the outcome should be the combination of these things. Amuni says, remove all walls, no more wall issues. Exactly. Dramulx says, I think you can write a custom attribute for your grid cell database to have a drop down that is a prefab directly so you don't have to drag and drop. Yeah, I've been saying I need to go make that. I want to make it save somehow a reference to it. I do want people to be able to drag in custom ones, and by people, I mean me. But yeah, we'll have to do that in the grid editor. Yeah, Meneliki, that's a custom editor script. It is a custom editor script. It's very exciting in that regard. All right, can these are harder to edit this way. Format, and then this just gets put on the top part of this here. So this connection point gets merged in. So we get rid of this. And it's just this here. So the result should be that this connection point gets taken out and we have this room now. So I'm gonna write some assertions here. And the one thing that we wanna make sure that we've added in this connection point. These connection points are unchanged and that this is here. And so our new position, so this was 0 here. So the important part to remember is this is 0, this is 1. All right, so whenever we add this up, this becomes -1. Let's add this in here. Not -2, -2, -3. So as we add these in, our coordinate system, the way it works is it just is gonna append that here. At the end of the day, it gets chunked into an ASCII file. That's not that way, but right now our builder doesn't care about restructuring the shape of it. And that gives us a little bit of speed. We don't wanna have to rebuild the map every time we merge something in, so it just adds it to the existing structure. Art says Dramulks. I love that it's called romantic languages. My favorite art period is the romantic era. Yeah, they're beautiful. They're romantic languages. They're used for seduction. You gotta seduce people with those languages, or so I've heard. I should, I always say this. I should be much better at Spanish. I should be able to, I took 4 years of Spanish and I can't speak it at all. And it's just because I didn't practice it enough. At one point I was reading a lot in Spanish and listening to a lot of Spanish music. So like my comprehension was decent, but not amazing. Dremel says art. I think I browsed your website and some of your art and I loved it. It's my dream to have concept art that way. I've always loved concept art. One day when I will have my own indie studio, I will for sure have a dedicated artist for that alone. Yes, man. Art's art. Art's art is amazing. Deco Shima says, hola, yo hablo español, saludos desde Chile. I think you said, and this is me having, hello, I speak Spanish. Greetings from Chile. Is that correct? Did I say that properly? Were my translations okay? That said, be careful with languages. I want to make sure there's nothing there. Deco Shima says, yeah, well done. All right, we did it. We did it. We remembered our Spanish 101. 50 points for me, exactly. Buenísimo. Menelik says, I understand totally. I picked up some Spanish on vacation in Cuba. Then when listening to a lot of Spanish music, I just gotta practice. Lo-Fi Craft, hello. Welcome back, my friend. It's good to see you again. How's your project coming along, Lo-Fi Craft? So we want to do some assertions here. So I want to assert each one of these things. So I'm going to steal from my other tests real quick. And I should maybe write a method that, where'd it go? Didn't I have a method here that checked loops and whatnot? I thought I had this. Do I not have a dictionary? Dictionary. Here it is. I feel like maybe I should write a function to do this because I'm doing this over and over. But test, typically you want to read top down. It's store. It's store Lo-Fi Craft. I know I need to make that a synonymous synonymous function there. It's store, not shop. Everyone does shop, but the default is store. So I need to make a little thing there that does it. All right. So what do we got? What do we got here? Okay, so we have our position 0, 0. We should have a north. No, just a west wall. Oh, it's not even a west wall. After we do a build, it will be. After we do a build, it will be. But before that, we have no walls in this position. We should have no walls in this position. Okay. Lo-Fi Craft says 18,000 points. Pay attention. Pay attention, you. All right. No walls at 0, 0. We should have at 1, 0. We should have at 1, 0. We have a north and east wall. That's right. That's right. In position 0, 1. We should have a wall to the south and to the west. Yep. In this position, we have no walls. We have no walls. Oh, hang on. This isn't quite right because our builder isn't built yet. I want to just check. Okay. All right. So here's the assertion I want to do. Let's go back in time. We got to go back. We're going to save this. The assertion I want to make after this merge. Chex Party says, thanks again, Captain. May you have a fun, productive time. Chex, no problem, my friend. I'm so happy I got a chance to help you out earlier. Have yourself a beautiful day. Get some rest. As always, keep coding, keep growing, and you are welcome back anytime, Chex. Thank you so much for hanging out. It was so much fun. Lo-Fi Craft, I gotta grind. You gotta grind, that's right. You gotta grind those points up, 18,000 points, 18,000 points, but maybe you'll get there. I took some of the other, there was a bunch of games in there I took out, they've just been sitting there, and I feel like they were taking up space. Lazamet says, I still can't believe they refused to give your builder the proper name it deserves. It's gotta be B-Bob off, obviously, I love it. Bob to Builder. There you go, Bob to Builder. Perfect. That's the perfect name for a variable. Lazamat, you should know by now, Captain Coder is not a wordologist. Captain Coder is not a wordologist, so it's a little bit tricky when I come to naming. So I appreciate you. Let me know that name. And for your contributions to society, Lazamat, for your contributions, 50 points to you. 50 points for your contributions. All right, Middling says, oh man, the only thing worse than seeing a spider is losing sight of a spider. Oh, have we lost sight of a spider? Meneliki, have you lost sight of a spider? Let's see here. All right, so I want to do an assert. We should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiles. R equals 7. Bobtebuilder dot tiles. Can I get Bobtebuilder dot floors dot count? So these should match. These should map. I want to assert that we have all the same positions. What type of data structure is floors? This is a hash set of positions. So I want to do a new hash set. And the positions we want in it. Yeah, so we're gonna do the following, I think. Hash set positions expected. The new hash set of position. I don't need to do that. New hash set, and we're gonna add in all of these positions like this. So it's 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. And then we also have 0, -1, 0, -2, 0, -3. So these are all the positions that should be there. And I'm going to use link, I think, new hash set. Oh, I don't need to make this hash set. Let's do new position, new array. Is it going to let me do an array here? And then I wanted to go to select. I need to convert these to positions. So I'm doing pair goes to, can I do int pair? Hang on. In my position, I want another helper here. Public position. If we take in a pair, int x, int y. Can I do that? Pair. Why can't I do that? Position X must be fully assigned. It's because it's struct. All right. So this is just going to go to this of pair dot X pair dot Y. Okay, so just adding a little helper here. I'm missing so much chat. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if I missed something in the chat. Please, please, please let me know. It looks like there's some awesome conversations going on about RPGs between Dramux and Art and Mooniz. It looks awesome. I'm missing out. I'm missing out on it. Lazamat, Metaliki, what about a spider in your ear? Oh, geez, no, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. Lo-Fi Craft says the English language is like Microsoft Windows. It doesn't work. Well, it works. A lot of people use it. You can get by. It keeps getting upgrades, and the error list keeps growing. It keeps getting better, but also worse. It's better, but worse. Okay, so I wanted to be able to do this where I say, okay, I'm gonna select here, and can I just do P goes to new position P dot to hash set. Boom, beautiful, beautiful. Now we're gonna say, is this expected list the same as bobtbuilder.floors? We're gonna check that they're equal. Do all of these tiles exist here? Okay, and I don't think we can get walls yet. The walls, yeah, we can do walls at, but instead I want to get the connection points. I want to see if the connection points all match up. Okay, so in this case, bobtbuilder dot connection as connection point. Okay, so we want to check each of the connection points here. Connection point, this takes in a new connection point. Is that right? Let's look at position, not position. This should be in our map builder as connection point. Walls at hash set unconnected points. Here it is, unconnected points. And then has connection point. Gotcha. Okay, so we want to do bobtbuilder. Lo-Fi crafts particularly well. A lot of things just don't make sense. There are operating systems way, the English language like Microsoft Windows. It doesn't work better than it, but everybody is stuck using it because it's a massive library of software, and it is still backwards compatible with features that have not been used for decades. That feels like a good analogy. Is analogy the right word? Someone correct me. Art says, I'm excited to see both of your journeys, Dramux and Mooniz. Awesome. Let's see here. We want to unconnected points. Okay, we want to get unconnected points. We're going to assert that they are equal. Unconnected points should be equal to 4. We should have 4 unconnected points at this point. Count. All right, so this should be 4. And then we want to check what those unconnected points are. So in this case, we'll do another set of positions. I'm gonna just do expected like this again. Did I say the joke with the hecker? I'm not sure. As long as it's, PG. PG-12 I might be okay with. But I like to keep it clean here. So we should have a connection point. These are connection points. All right, so PG-12 safe. Yeah. PG-12. Why did the hecker cross the road? I don't know. Why did Lo-Fi Craft? Why did the hecker cross the road? I don't know. I've never heard this one. Okay, so in this one, PG-12 Monkas. I'm assuming this is some emote that I don't see on my end. The Monkas. Oh, I do see it in my other chat. Okay. I don't know what a hecker is either. So, because he switched the network. What is a hecker? Define hacker. I'm a little. Jorhodo, welcome back, my friend. Oh, you mean a hacker? A hacker. Excuse me, I got a little something in my throat. Give me just a moment, folks. All right, all better. All better. Jorhodo, welcome back, my friend. How are you this beautiful Friday? Hacker. Why did the hacker cross the road? Because he switched the network. I think you did tell us that one. I think you did tell us that one. So he switched the network, so he had to cross the road to get to the, yeah, I think I get it. Hacker means we're seeing one right now, getting hickety hacked. So the original definition of hacker is just like someone who does something clever in code. Art Berkless says, actually, Loafercraft, you did tell this one, but I didn't get it at the time. I am, so I'd love to get an explanation. I think, so the network switches. So there's network switches and you gotta cross the road because, the switch. Does that make sense? I don't know. Maybe I don't get it either. I think they're called white black hat hackers now. Yeah. Lazamat says coding in binary takes a lot of effort. You do that. You have to do it bit by bit. Moona says you also have gray hat Dram. Yeah. Let me see. Why the hacker cross the road? I think it's, related to switches. I call those undecided hackers. Yeah. Lazamet, good one. Chex Party says good one. We got that thumbs up. Maybe I didn't get that one. Coding in binary takes a lot of effort. You have to do it bit by bit. I didn't quite realize that was a joke. I was just like, that's true. You're correct. That is true. You do have to do it bit by bit. Roy Koo says, I see you, my brothers. Roy Koo, welcome back, my friend. It's so nice to have you in the crew. How you doing, Roy Koo? It's so nice to see you again. All right, so we should have 4 unconnected points. And those points, yes, I was gonna go ahead and add in here so it should be 0, 0 facing west. It should be 1, 1, and then this one should be facing, this is a little bit annoying. All right, so we're gonna do a hash set of connection points. Mooney says, I'm a red hat. My main focus is hacking tomatoes. You gotta chop them up, put them in that salad, eat them up. They're delicious, nutritious. They're so good for you. Art says, I only had time to lurk very briefly in your stream earlier, Roku. You ended it before I could chat. Roku says, funny thing, it says I'm not following you. Twitch must be lying again. Fascinating. If you click that follow button, does it, let me see, do you have an option to click follow? I'll let you know if it says you weren't following me. So, although my follower count didn't go up when you clicked it, so I don't know what to believe. But Roy Koo, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the crew, my friend. I get to sing you a second follow song. Welcome to the crew, Roy Koo. Welcome back to the crew. Because I'm right now making a game with a friend. Awesome. Are you making it in Roblox, Lo-Fi? It was a noble cause. So we're gonna have a hash set of connection points here. Expected connections is going to be a new hash set. This one's a little bit trickier, new here. And then we're gonna use the initializer to specify the different ones. We should have 4, so this would be a new connection point. Did I make an overload? Yeah, XY overload. There we go. So it's, we got 0, let me start at the top one. So this one is 0, -2 facing north. Then we got another connection point. This one is 0, 0 facing west. This one is 1, 1 facing south. And the last one is new connection point 1, facing east. This is interesting. I didn't think about this fully. Let's go look at unconnected points. How am I using this? Hash set of connection points. Okay, good. I was thinking I might be using the positions for this, but I'm not. So these are the expected connections. Lazamat asks, why did the programmer quit his job? I don't know, Lazamat. Why did the programmer quit his job? Why? Because he didn't get a raise. He didn't get a raise. That's a good one. That's one of my favorite ones. My students groan when I tell them that one. I go, stop with the terrible jokes. No, that's a good one. All right, Art says, today I made a checkpoint system so when you lose one of your 9 lives because you're a cat, you respawn at the last visited checkpoint. Now I'm making the checkpoint have a cardboard box sprite so the cat rests. That's such a fun little silly thing to put in the game, Roy. Cool. I love that. Art says, Captain, I feel a little bit sorry for focusing chat so much on everything but what you're doing. It is just so interesting with everyone building their game dev careers. No, me too. It's like, I want to watch the chat as well. And so, it's okay if we're progressing a little slow. It's okay. If anyone has like a programming question, if there's something specific someone wants a question about, I'm happy to do it. Moona says, this is a normal captain stream now. So many people captain making no progress. Mooniz, look at the wait, you call this no progress? Look at this. Mooniz, how dare you? Mooniz, how dare you? How dare you? I'm making excellent progress. You call this no progress? Look at these intertwining. Insufficient permission, Mooniz. Insufficient permission. Bart says he's typing furiously. Roki says we're all growing together as developers and designers. Absolutely. Insufficient permissions, Lazamat. You gotta redeem the woe. If you want a woe, you gotta redeem it. You don't have the same powers I do. All right, here we go. If you want a woe, you're gonna have to. It's gonna cost you. Here we go. So we're expecting these. Now I just gotta do an assert r equal on our expected connections and our bob.builder.unconnectedpoints.to hash set. All right, so we're gonna check that. So first thing we wanna do is we wanna check to make sure that this connects properly. Merge at the top, and then we're gonna actually build it. So this is gonna be a test, merge and build north. All right, so now when we build, we wanna make sure all these walls show up in the right spots. Okay. So now we are gonna take our bob.builder.build, and it's actually gonna make a map for us. IMAP built room like this. And so now all of these, it should be essentially the same, but the leftover connection points should get turned into walls when we call build. When we call build, it should turn them all into walls here. And to do that, I'm gonna go through and set this up. This is our expected positions, I suppose. Let's rename this here. Watch. Are you watching closely? Here's the, we're gonna do the multi-cursor jitsu. Pay attention. Hey, you. Hey.
You in the back. Pay attention.
You in the back. Pay attention. All right. In VS Code, many editors have this, but if you hold down Alt and we click through this, I want to rename these. And because it's already has an error, if I did the refactor option, it's not gonna work. It won't work. So if I try to refactor, actually, that's true, banana. Notice the refactor didn't go through on these because there's another variable above. This is a different type of variable. If I hold down Alt, and then if I hold down Control and Alt, I can actually, oh, that was no good. I didn't like that. If I hold down Alt, I can add in additional cursors here. So I'm gonna click in each of the spots that I would like to have a cursor. It's all of these spots. Now I have the multi-cursor jitsu. And I'm gonna rename this to expect, and notice it was gonna be expected anyway, but expected positions. Oh, and I hit enter there. I want to like this. So you can do that in VS Code. Other editors allow you to do that. Chex Party says, can you hold Alt and just drag downward? No, you can't. If you press Control, if you're holding Control and Alt, Control and Alt, you can press up and down, and it'll add the cursor with you. So for example, if this was all in one position, this is what I was trying to do. If I hold Control and Alt and press the up and down arrow, then it will let me edit it that way. So if you're in a situation where like, oh, the refactor is not working, this will help you out. Yeah, I don't think there's a way to do it with dragging. That would be interesting, but yeah, Alt drag should work. Didn't work for me. Nah, doesn't work. Not for me. Muna says you should be able to hold and drag. You need to start on a valid place though. Nope. Doesn't work in VS Code. It might work in other IDEs, or it might work for other people. Doesn't work for me. Ladsman says, any tips on coaching kids when you have given them a task, but they do everything but the task, still new to that and don't want to scare them away because it's voluntary? So a lot of other people think I'm a little bit too kind. I try and be like, the as nice as possible about stuff. So my school is interesting. There's no grades. So there are some of those situations as well. So the way I sort of approach that, and I think it's cool because it's like, what is the kid interested in? I say, oh, that's really cool what you're working on. Can you show me blah, blah, blah. And I like try and engage in them in that. And then I'll say, oh, so what have you been doing? And then like transition. And I don't know if that's the best thing there. George Hodo says, so the 10x programmer method was true. Yeah. You can look, we can program so much faster if we just put multiple cursors in. Art says, by Bjarne Stroop's Greylocks. That is awesome. It does, I believe that works in Visual Studio as well. Unicorn says, or double click with Alt to select the whole word. Does that work? If I just double click, it selects the whole word. But it doesn't change it everywhere. If I I see what you're saying. If I double click while holding Alt, no, that doesn't select everywhere. Check says, doesn't work in VS Code. I'm not sure. Dremel. So you are bamboozling them. Amuna says, in this case, we could probably hit F2 to RAM. At the time, we couldn't. Right now, we can. So the issue, Muna, so let's go back in time. I already had a variable named expected above. So if I try and do rename here, if I do the refactor, doesn't work because this is referencing a previous variable. And so it was like, this was like a copy pasted chunk. So that's, why I decided to use my jitsu. My jitsu fails me. Oh, I'm not an Emacs. Emacs has like a super undo that goes back and forth. It uses a tree structure for its undo expected positions. Yeah, so this was the one situation. Otherwise, Christoph Howard says, hey, how are you? Oh, you didn't say how are you, but you said, hey, and I'm asking you, Christoph, how are you? Lazamat, VS Code has different shortcuts than Visual Studio. You can use Visual Studio you can set Visual Studio to use VS Code shortcuts, though. I did that, yes. Something terrible's happened here. There we go. Roikus, the enter press again. I know, the enter got me. I done got. Okay, so these are the positions we want. And so I'm gonna go through and add these in. So at the end of the day, I want this structure. Let's add in my additional, what happened? I need 3 more of these. These are the 3 rooms that got added in. Drama says, in Writer, I have a shortcut that if I have a word selected and press Shift Option Plus, it will select the same word below and I can edit them all. Is that part of the refactor or is that a different? So the issue I was running into is that refactor actually wasn't a option for this one. 0, 0, -1, -2, -1. Oh, I need to go to -3. All right, so -3, -2, -1, 0. All right, so we have a wall here. There should be no wall north, just west. In one north, this should be southeast. Southwest. This should be south and east. Here we want walls on the east and west. And the top one, it's north, east, and west, facing east. Okay, so I think this is what it is. Lazarus says Dremel, Visual Studio Code can also do that. It's just that it's not intuitive to learn about things like that. They should have things like shortcut of the day when starting. Ooh, that's a great idea. That would be cool. A lot of programs, well, you know what? It might actually have it and you turned it off by default. I know VS Code has a little thing that used to pop up, but a shortcut of the day feature would be kind of cool. Roku says, when I made my first game, I pressed return. It was the enter of Commodore 64 keyboard. Yeah. So I often tell so a lot of my students use Mac, and on Mac it says return, not enter. And so they don't know what I'm saying when I say, okay, we're gonna press enter, which is kind of fascinating to me. Christoph says, it is not nearly as simple to compare the prem levels as it should be. Art says, shortcut of the day would be a cool feature. I agree. Dramelks, I don't think I will start streaming, sadly. I don't think I'm cut out for it. It's not for everyone, Dramelks. It's not for everyone, but I've been enjoying it greatly. Christoph says, LibreOffice has a bunch of tips when you open it. A lot of programs do that. Now, since you mentioned it, I think that would be really cool. Okay. So these are expected positions after we build this thing. All right, so I've written this test. I'm ready to run it. I'm ready to run this test. Can we run it? Will it pass? If it passes, then I don't know where my bug is. All right, so we got all these tests. Let's run them all. Let's run them all. Here we go. All right, all my tests passed. This is exactly what I thought. Okay, so this is what I thought would happen. And so let's look at what the error says. Values differ at index 4. Why is it at an index? Let's look here. I want to open you. Open error line. Floors, is this a hash set? It is. Why is it saying that it shouldn't care about the positions? Values differ at index 4. It shouldn't care about the positions. That's interesting. Maybe this isn't the best way to do it. Shouldn't this compare structurally quality? Assert that. Hang on, I've done this before. I'm amazed. R equal assert collection. This is interesting. Tech says streaming game dev is super positive experience on Twitch, even if you do it just to socialize. Yeah, so one of the things that I hear a lot of people say is like, well, when I stream, no one comes, and the answer is it's gonna take a long time for people to come. It really is gonna take a long time for people to come. I think the reason people sort of stuck around in mine is I was recording them for my students. So I was not expecting anyone to be there. And it just so happens that people, because I was talking as though my students were there, people started chatting with me, and that was super fun experience. So that was really cool. Mooney says, I prefer streaming game dev to streaming games. Much more relaxing, but you won't get thousands of viewers by streaming game dev unless you're super fan. Look, I actually don't want thousands of views. In fact, I feel like right now I need to figure out what to do with my stream. So that way I can, so I've managed to get all caught up on like making projects for my classes. If I was trying to make projects for my classes, I would never get them done at this point. So I need to figure out what I'm gonna do. I've thought about having co-host or something to help me with the chat, and we can take turns like pair programming and like talking with the chat. This is interesting. Why does it care about this? Let's look up NUnit. NUnit are equal hash set. Hash sets are wrongly compared as IEnumerables. Oh, there's a, you can't use this on hash sets. Wow, okay. Comparing arrays and collections, any is able to compare single dimensional arrays, multi-dimensional arrays, nest arrays, and collections. Two arrays of collection are considered if they have the same dimensions and their order is the same. So I can't do this. I can't do this here. I need to turn it into a sorted set. Is there a sorted to sorted? Then I'd have to implement a sort on these. I don't have a sort built in. So I'm gonna write a dumb comparer. I'm gonna implement an extension. Roy Koo says, I get a lot of progress done in my game dev streams because I don't have a distracting chat. So I could ignore the chat, but I don't want to, right? I could ignore the chat, but I like chat with people. It's super fun. Roy Koo continues, but when I'm on other people's streams, the chat is a great experience. It feels like we're growing together. That's what I want. That's the experience I want to provide. This is why I say, ask me questions, because then it gives me something to show aside from my own work. It's not a bad thing either if you're just alone in your own stream, if it helps you focus on tasks. Yes, absolutely. Mr. Natural says, how many times in life have you been too successful? I don't know if that's true. I don't know if I'd say this is too successful yet, but I'm having a good time. I'm having a great time. Too successful is an interesting word. Interesting thing to say. Lazamet, yeah, I could use sorted set. And then I have to implement the sortability by accident, Mr. Natural, that's right. She says, well, I find his coding to be better if he has rubber duck audience like this. Yeah, it's better until I get too distracted and then my code gets a little bit janky. Check says, as a streamer, Captain gives a lot of attention to everyone. We need to protect this man. Dramok says, extension time. Moon, my goal is to get millions of viewers so I can hire mods that take care of the chat for me. No, I love interacting with the chat. That's the whole reason I decided to keep. I was only going to stream through December 25th after the advent of code was over. Gee, that's right. Mr. Natural, I lurk so I don't distract because I could easily derail it. You're welcome to a try. You're welcome to try. The master lurker doing the work. Okay, 8th place, Mr. Natural, working up. Hash sets, yeah. So Jorhodo says you need the hash set to be ordered. So hash sets are not ordered. That's just how hash sets work. They're unordered. Lazmat says maybe the standard sort implementation of sorted set would work already. Haven't used it as much as I know. So it requires a comparator, and my positions aren't sorted. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna write a dumb extension method. All right, everybody, it's time for me to do a C# extension method. Get ready, because it's one of my favorite things to do. We're gonna do a hash IEnumerable. Here we go. We're doing IEnumerable extensions.cs class. We're gonna add in a extension method here. It's gonna be a dumb extension method that's slow, but it'll work for what we want it to do. I'm gonna put it in the namespace Captain Coder. Captain Coder here. Let's get this to build. Lazmet says maybe for the standard. Oh, sorry. Jorhoda says the hash set class provides high performance a set of collection that contains no duplicate and whose elements are in no particular order. Exactly. They have no order. Orders not guaranteed. Christoph says I enjoy moderating, but if the streamer ignored chat, it would not work well in just chatting streams. Jorhoda says yes. What I was about to say is that if you need it ordered, I guess best would be to go for another data structure. But I want it to be, essentially, the order shouldn't matter. I just want to make sure that they're the exact same. That they contain, so I care that they contain the same elements. That's what I care about. So I'm going to write a public static class IEnumerable extensions. We're going to create a class, and I want to write, I need this, public static bool contains same elements. All right, I need something like this, contain same elements, and I have an IEnumerable, I need to import, hang on. Using system.collections.generic. All right. This is interesting. We need something here. It's going to be IEnumerable of type T. So this is of a type T, not of a text mesh pro. Go away, text mesh pro. No one needs you here. IEnumerable E0. Do an IEnumerable E1. All right. Like this. So we have two enumerables that we need to check. Yeah, two enumerables that we need to check. Jorhoto says, yes, what I was about to say is that if you need it ordered, I guess best would be to go for another data structure. Sorry, I'm repeating what we've seen here. Art says an extension method, eh? Is that a bit of a stretching the code? Art, you're so funny, my friend. You're so funny. All right, and back to our regularly scheduled program. All right. So we're basically, so this is a slow method that does a compare against every element in E and every element in E1. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is, maybe I should just make this for hash sets. Maybe I should just make it for hash sets. Hang on, I'm gonna make it for hash sets. Hash set extensions. Just to make it a little bit, hash set extensions. All right, so it's gonna be a hash set instead. And we could do this for any enumerable, but I want to have certain properties here. So we're actually gonna say first, we're gonna say, if e.count is not equal to e1.count, return false. They can't be the same if their count's not the same. If their count's the same, then we can do the following. For each TL in E0, if E1 dot contains elements, so if E1 does not contain the elements, we return false. And if we loop through all of these and we get to the end, we return true. That's how we do it. All right, folks, this is our dumb contains elements. I don't know if it's dumb, but it's slowish. It'd be nice. This is essentially what I want. It's actually not even that slow. To make it an extension method, we put the keyword this here. Put the keyword this here. All right, what does this allow us to do? In my test now, I have these two methods. Or sorry, I have these two sets here. I have my hash set of expected, and I can say expected.contains same elements, and I pass in bob.tbuilder.floors. And this will do a element compare y. It's actually not slow. It's not slow. It's about as, I don't think we could do it faster. The answer is I don't think we can do it faster. We have to iterate through them all. I'm saying it's slow. It would be extra slow if these were IEnumerals. The reason I changed it to a hash set is because if it was not a hash set here, the IEnumerables would be super slow. That's essentially what I wanted to say. Yeah. So this is sort of, you know, this is a feature of C# that I really like. If we didn't have this here, Jorhoto says, I found this, use sequence equal to check for sequence equality because, is that in X unit or N unit? Assert.sequence. So the thing is I'm in N unit. In X unit, I could do that, but we're in N unit testing because that's the testing framework that you're tied to in Unity. Art says, so this is an extension to which class? So check it out, Art. Check it out. We could do, so I have a static method. Static methods are essentially functions. Let me rename this file to be hash set extensions. All right, so this is a static method, which is a function, so I could call it this way. I could call it, let's comment this out real quick. So it would be hash set extensions. What did I call it? Come on, hang on. Hash set extensions. dot, do I need to rebuild? Contains same elements, expected, and Bob Tay builder dot floors. This is what I could do. In most languages, it's sort of what you would do. You'd have a function called contain same elements like this. Why doesn't this load? Oh, you're saying that there's a sequence equals? So I could do expected dot sequence equals. Does this work for hash sets? Because it's not the sequence that I care about. I care that the sequence, does sequence care about order? Sequence seems to tell me that it should care about order. I'll have to look into that. Okay, so I could do it this way, Art, where I do hash extension contains. This feels, non-object oriented. It's non-object oriented. It's using a function. We're using a static thing. The extension method, if we put this here, it says, well, this is just syntactic sugar that we can treat it as though it were a method on this first object, this first parameter here. So hash set, what we've done is we've basically created a fake method on that, so we don't have access to modify the hash set class, but this extension now allows me to do expected dot contain same element rather than doing it in a function style. Jorhodo says in without order this should work. Yes, that would work. So that's essentially what I'm doing. So I have the for each version. Jorhodo suggesting, I like this actually. So let's look at what the link version looks like. Oh, we gotta follow Jaco MPA. Welcome to the crew, my friend. Thank you for the follow. I'm so sorry I missed it. I'm so sorry I missed it. Jaco, do you forgive me? Please forgive the captain. I was distracted. Happy Friday, Jaco. Welcome to the crew, my friend. Excuse me, folks, on that cough there. Thank you for the follow, Jaco. Welcome to the crew. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask, programming or otherwise. Jorhoda says the only thing is that you are using link. Yeah, we have to use link. So if I did system.link, Art says, so since it is a template, you can do it on any class, or is it only on container class? This one is only for hash sets. I almost did it for IEnumerable. But I decided the implementation on IEnumerable would be like really, really slow because enumerables don't have the property of contains being, instantaneous, O of 1. So I changed it to hash set. So it's on whatever type you put here, but I almost did it for IEnumerable and I changed my mind at the last second. Jorhodo is saying though, we can rewrite this. We can use link. All right, so we can say e0.all. It's gonna iterate through all, and then we have a predicate that says that the element is e1.contains L. So we could do it this way. So this for loop here is almost identical to this. In fact, it has the same functionality. This is called link. We're using a library link to do this. So Jorhodo, thank you so much for that. You are correct that we could do it this way. This doesn't quite work without this count. So the counts have to be identical for this to be the actual, to be 100%. So I do like this, but we're gonna do a contain same element. Jorhodo, for your contributions, great contribution, Jorhodo. For your contributions, 50 points, my friend. 50 points, thank you so much for that. Helmet says, can't you call .set equals from system.collections? Maybe, I don't know. So, fun fact, or maybe I should say not so fun fact, Captain Coder is not a C# expert. Set equals, whoa, what does set equals even do? What does set equals even do? What is the documentation? What does set equals do? Set equals C# set equals link. Looks like it's a link thing. Let's look at it here. Hash set method. Set equals determines whether a hash set object in specified collection contains the same elements. Oh yeah, I didn't know this exists. Set equals. I was thinking of saying like setting how the equality works. Helmac, my friend, you are a genius. You are a genius. I didn't know this method existed. Helmac, add points. Helmac, my friend. Helmac, 50 points to you. 50 points to you. I did not know that existed. All right, so Helmac's got an even better solution. Got an even better solution that makes it so I don't even need this. Helmac's solution, and I didn't know this existed. Set equals is checking if the set of these two things are equal. And that's exactly what we want. That's exactly what we want. And so I don't even need this anymore, which means this whole method is bogus. I don't need this method at all. It can go away. Goodbye. Goodbye. No one likes you. No one needs you, extension method. You're useless. You're useless. Instead, we're gonna do dot set equals on Bob Builder dot floors. Helmac. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that right. But happy Friday to you. Thank you so much for that. Welcome to the crew, my friend. Welcome to the crew. Checkspread says new C# stuff is like finding a magical unicorn. Yeah, maybe if you were programming C# since the beginning, you might have all of this stuff under your book and understood. But yeah, I'm pretty new to C# in that I've been using it for almost 2 years, a little less than 2 years. But that comes with, I have a really strong background in Java, other languages, and so a lot of times I just like muscle my way into it because I don't know what it is. Awesome, thank you so much for that. Checks Party, programmer's most important tool, the delete button. Anytime you can delete code, you're doing something right. Helmac says, thanks, just browsing the channel for the first time. I work with C# daily. That's awesome. Yeah, I would love to have you here to teach me so many things, Helmac. I'm learning. I'm in the process of learning, right? So I'm a computer science educator. I have a pretty strong programming background. My C# isn't the best, so I use a lot of that to, like I say, muscle my way through stuff. This is my first attempt at procedural generation. Caveman Crafton says, good morning. How's generation going? It's going pretty well, my friend. It's going pretty well. Check it out. Check it out, Caveman Crafting. We got some generation happening. There's a little bit of buggy. All right, so we can let's get rid of these. My generate button does a thing. All right, so we generate these ASCII maps like so. I'm gonna give it this database here. I'm gonna add it to my scene, and boom! There we go. We got ourselves a little set of corridors, but there's some bugginess. So this wall shouldn't be here, and sometimes there's like leftover walls. This wall probably shouldn't be here, but I don't know. Actually, this wall is probably fine. It's based on how these ended up connecting together in that way. This wall definitely shouldn't be here because maybe. This one actually looks like it might have generated okay. I can often get examples where like it should be impossible to have that set of walls. Let's see if we can get one in here. Add it to my scene. For example, this one, there's absolutely no way. This is the starting area here. There's no way we could have added this without tearing this wall down first. So there's a bug in here. So I'm writing unit test to see if I can expose this bug. So I wrote a unit test for building my wall north, and we discovered that, the assert equals doesn't work for hash sets. The order are equal on collection assumes that the order is the same, so it does a dumb iteration through them. And Helmac here taught us, we were building, an extension method for hash set, but Helmac taught us that there is this, where'd it go? Set. I lost it. Set equals. Set equals is a link extension method that you can use on IEnumerable that says, do these two things contain the same values? Not necessarily are they, the exact same data structure, but do they contain the same values? And so we've exposed this here, I'm pretty sure. In this case, so what's interesting is I kind of feel like I need the other one anyway, because if I go to the error line, it's same thing here. These need to be, hang on. This also needs to be the same thing down here. Okay, so we're gonna do something similar here. Assert true that we have our expected connections dot set equals to Bob to builder dot unconnected points, like that. Okay, now I can do that there. Once again, Helmax advice helps us out here. All right, and then we're gonna run this test again. We're trying to get this test working. This test, I'm hoping, will expose my issue. We've been going for an hour and 25 minutes, though. I know it says an hour and 30, but the first 5 minutes were just loading. All right, so expected true, but was false. So now we have this. Let's go to our error line. Right here is our issue. So we've exposed that the connection points are in fact not correct. We have 4, but the connection points do not match this. So we got to figure out which one is in there. So we had a little message here. Expected these connection points. So do string dot join commas expected connections but found string dot join. In this case we have Bob to builder dot unconnected points, like that. All right, so this should give us a slightly better error message. Jorhodo says, I got 200%. Will you upgrade to Unity 2022 long-term support? Yes, I will. In fact, I'm very excited to upgrade to it because there's a bug in the debugger in Unity 2021 that I'm very much looking forward to upgrading. I might actually do it before then. The main reason I'm using 2021 is because that's what my students are using right now. I wanted to avoid having like lots of updates coming through. And so this is the version that in my Unity class my students are using. But yes, absolutely, I want to upgrade to it. And then 2, would you start a relationship with a girl who is absolutely great in all aspects, but you didn't find her physically attractive? We are not talking about that on this channel. But thank you for the question. Thank you for the question, but that one doesn't seem, it seems too off topic for me to answer. But as I said, you can ask me anything. I don't always promise to answer, but thank you for your questions, Jorhodo. Thank you for your questions. I appreciate them. All right. Caveman says, yeah, I ran into issues with things like that. Yes, so you can ask anything, but that one feels a little bit, maybe not necessarily age appropriate so my stream, I want to keep my stream PG. I don't know if that's necessarily not PG, but it feels a little bit awkward. But thank you for asking. Caveman Kirsten, what I ended up doing in my first draft of my city builder was I had a series of ifs that checked for things around each tile and tell the tool to reach high if a tile failed. Gotcha. I'm trying to do, I kind of have that. So in my generation, my generator works very similar. I gotta take a break. Sorry, folks. I gotta stick to my plan of taking a break here. We're going overtime. But yeah, my generation caveman. I mean, you can ask me questions. Any question's fine. I'm not gonna answer that one. That said, I think all people are beautiful. Or there are beautiful things about all people. Maybe that's it. DC or Marvel, no politics, Mr. Natural. No politics. That said, I feel like I like Marvel more. Hot hot take, I think. I really enjoy Marvel stuff recently. Wolverine. Marvel has Wolverine, and Wolverine is my favorite superhero. So we lost a programmer's mind answer to that question. Muniz, politics is forbidden in this Marvel stream. The stream of Marvel. And I was going to open up my map generator to show you what I'm doing, caveman. So I take my connection point, and then I filter out things that cannot connect to that point. So I should only add things that are allowed to be connected there. And the issue is then when I do my merge, there's something broken in my merge, and we are seeing that right here. The connected points aren't working. All right, that said, we're gonna get some more coffee. I'm out of my bean water here. I'm gonna finish this water up. I'm gonna get some more bean water. We're gonna be back, and you know what happens when I come back? We're gonna get some stretching in. So get yourself ready for some stretching. Get yourself ready. If you need to get your roommate in the room, if your roommate's not with you, get your roommate in here. We're gonna do some stretching when I get back. Hang tight, everybody. I shall return soon. Oh, that was the wrong button. Hang on. Do not ignore the man behind the mirror. Here we go. Getting coffee. Be right back. All right, everybody, have no fear. The captain has returned. I got myself some delicious bean water. Some delicious, tasty bean water. It's too hot to drink, though. It's a little too spicy. A little too spicy, so we gotta let it cool down. You know my favorite thing to do while we wait for that water to cool down, that delicious dark fuel I like to call bean water. You guessed it. We're gonna get some stretches in, so everybody up. Stand on up. Get on up. Stand on up. We're gonna do some stretches. If you're at work, that's okay. That's okay. You can get on up. If you can't stand, that's okay. That's okay. But if you're at work, get on up. Hey, coworkers, come on, crank that volume up. Let everyone in the office know you're doing some stretches with the captain. All right. So if you're like me, you live a semi-sedentary lifestyle, or maybe even a fully sedentary lifestyle, and you're hunched over all day like a programming troll. You're damaging your body. You're getting those repeated stress injuries. So you gotta take, the captain loves you. You should love you. You're a lovely person. You should love yourself. And if you love yourself, you should love your body. And to help you love your body, you gotta get on up and do those stretches with me. The first thing we're gonna do is you're gonna take your arms. We're gonna reach around, try to grab those shoulder blades. And just hold yourself nice and tight. Give yourself a nice stretch this way. We're gonna hold this for 25 seconds. Now next says, in your connection point direct, are you implementing the I-equatable interface? Set equals default comparator. Should use the equals method for that in its comparison. No, I'm just doing, should use the equals method from that no, I'm not implementing I-equatable. I'm just implementing equals and hash set, and get hash code. So I'm not using I-equatable. Do I need to? The answer, I would have to look at it. Dekoshima with the hearts, welcome back. Oh, you've been here. Welcome back, though. Give yourself some love. All right, stretch it out here. Let it go, shake it out a little bit. All right, we're gonna do some waist, arms up at the side, rotating nice and gently back and forth. As you come across, you want to get a little bit of pull in there, not too much. Just get that stretching back and forth, folks. Back and forth. We're gonna do a couple more of these. Don't go fast. If you go too fast, you might hurt yourself. Nice and gentle. Trivenox. Yes, you gotta get those stretching. You gotta take care of yourself. All right, arms up high, and as we come across, you're gonna lean into it this time. Come across and lean into it. Oh, my camera here. Forgot. Gotta zoom this baby out. Zoom that out. Come on. All right, so we're gonna stretch across as we come this way. Stretch across as we come that way. Stretch across. Doesn't that feel wonderful? Doesn't that feel great? Oh, yeah. Oh, love yourself. Give that body some love. Oh, yeah. All right. Do some shoulder rolls next. Shoulder rolls. We're going to start going with the back. Little gentle shoulder rolls. And back. 2, 3, 4. Add the elbow. 2, 3, 4. Full arm. 2, 3, 4. Bring it forward. 2, 3, 4. With the elbows. 2, 3, 4. Full arm. 2, 3, 4. All right. Got a little bit of blood flow back in our body. Getting yourself nice in a good spot. We're gonna hop back into our code here. Let's see, we gotta get a zoom in. A little zoomed out now. Let's zoom in here. Let's bring it on in. Come on, camera. Is that too zoomed? Are we too zoomed in? How's that, everybody? Is the camera close enough? Can everybody make out my face? Or is it too close? That too close? What do people think? How's the camera? Is this too close? Might be too close. All right, here we go. We're gonna hop back in. Closer. We gotta go closer. Oh, you got me. Okay, too close. I can still see 2 eyes. That's right. All right, let's zoom out a little bit. I adjusted. Let's see. Get that camera Get that camera looking a little bit better. All right. Hopefully the AI can still track me. Hope I didn't mess anything up there. Hellmax says you should be fine just over and get hash code and equals. Excellent. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, I knew I needed to use these as keys in dictionaries and hash sets, so that's why I did that. So thank you, Hellmax. Once again, I can't thank you enough for your assistance this morning. I absolutely appreciate it. Oh, that bean water. Oh, it's nice. Oh, yeah. Oh, that bean water. I love it. I need it. I need to convert that fuel in. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Sorry. So sorry you guys had to suffer through that. I apologize. But for joining me in those Dramok's kidney bean water. No. Coffee bean water. For joining me in those stretches, everybody. I appreciate you being here. I know you're loving yourself. You're loving your body. 50 points to everybody for joining me in those stretches. All 25 of you deserve it. I know you were stretching. Except for you, Dramok's. But, you know, what can I do about it? What can I do about it? Here we go. We're going to hop back into it here. We got to figure out the set equality on these doesn't work. So I was kind of expecting it not to work. It's not a good thing that it doesn't work, but I was expecting it not to work. But now I need to check what is the difference. Oh, and that's why I wrote my 2-string there. Let's run it again. Yeah, Joe says I didn't, but I was on a nice walk. Like, oh, so you know, you're taking care of yourself anyway. You don't need me telling you what to do with, you know. Oh, Wolfpack says, excuse me, have you ever played around with particle effects in Unity? I'm looking for someone that knows how to attach a particle effect to a player ship. Every time I do this, it breaks the game. Yeah, I've done a little bit with particle effects. If you would like to, oh, Wolf, there's quite a few people here who could probably help you out. You don't have to join the Discord, but we got a Discord here. We got a Discord where you can ask questions, you can hang out and code on the Discord. So right now I'm trying to finish this little bit, but if you join the Discord, here's our Discord. Here's the Discord here. On the Discord, if you scroll down, we got this Ask for Help forum. You could ask here. Let us know what your issue is, and I'll be happy to take a look at it. If we have time today, which we may or may not have, I'd be happy to help you out. But yeah, I have used particle effects. That said, I'm new to Unity. I've only been using Unity for about, a little longer. I've only seriously been using Unity for about 2 months, 3 months-ish. Before that, everything was like hacky, tossed in. So I would be happy to try and help you, but feel free to join up. Christoph asked, do we have a matrix space? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. What is a matrix space? Is that something I'm supposed to know? Yeah, okay, folks. Captain Coder's, not a smart fella. Captain Coder's a simpleton, ton of simpleton. All right, so what is the matrix? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that, Christoph. Could you explain? I'm not sure what you mean. Is the matrix out to get us? Dramox asks. I don't know. I don't know why this is not displaying a better error message. Expected but found. Did I not save this? Let's try running it again. The Matrix gonna give it to you. It's gonna get you. It's gonna wrap you up. It's gonna bind you. Trap you in a box. Expected true but was false. Am I just in the wrong spot? Error line. Am I in the wrong spot? Oh, here we go. My 2-string sucks. That's what it is. Expected captaincoder.dungeoneering.connection point captaincoder.dungeoneering.connection point. My connection point sucks. I need a better 2-string. Matrix.org. You mean matrix.org? Do we have a matrix space? I don't know what that. So you tell me I should go to matrix.org. Matrix.org. What is here? Open network for secure decentralized communication. No, I don't have one. I've never heard of this. This is interesting. I'm gonna bookmark this. I'm gonna look at this. I don't know what it is, but just at a glance, an open network for secure decentralized communication. Those are some good buzzwords to get me interested in this thing. So Christoph, thank you. I'm gonna check it out. Thank you for referencing that. All right, so I need a 2-string here. My 2-string on this sucks. Public override string 2-string, and we're just going to have it be connection point, and then position, and base direction. And in fact, we might break down our position a little bit, but we'll see what this looks like. We'll see if this feels horrible, what it looks like. Kesha says, it's very nerdy. It is used in a lot of government. Interesting. I didn't mean to close that. I meant to save it. But yeah, I appreciate the share, my friend. It's always good to check out some new interesting stuff like that. All right, let's try it. So we have 0, -2. All right, so it's a little hard to see, but let's see if we can I select all here? Yeah, might be a little bit easier to read if I make up a new file here and put these, we'll put them side by side, but found this. Oh, this one's interesting. Oh, let me put it like that. Okay, so they're similar in length, but they're definitely different. 0, 0 west, we have that. 0, -2 north. Look at this. Oh, I think I just wrote my 0, -3 north. 0, -3 north. This sort of tells me that I just wrote a dumb test. Because this is 0, -1, -2, -3. I just wrote a bad test here. All right, so let's give that a shot. See, sometimes you write tests and the tests don't work because you didn't write the tests right. And we exposed that we didn't write the test right. Let's run it. All right, we made it a little further. We've made it further. Open error line. So our assertions, okay. So now we want to add in an error here. I've done this before in my generator test. I want this error message. The better error message. Go away, you. I don't need to save you. You don't need to save. All right, add this error message in. Walls did not match at position expected, but was. All right, so let's see. And this is the error. This is what we were running into before. Fix compilation errors, okay. All right, if you insist. If you insist on me fixing my compilation errors.net, I'll do it. Unity, .NET doesn't care if I fix my compilation. It just says no. All right. Wall did not match at position 0, -3. Expected north, east, west, but was east, west, north. Oh. We want to do set equality again. Walls dot set equals like that. Semicolon. Okay. This is making me sad. Run it. Do I have compilation errors still? Hang on. Clear. We do. What is parenthesis? Oh, I see. Set equals comma. Parenthesis, there we go. Like this. Like that. Let's run the test one more time. Oh, we got Mayo. Mayo in the house. Mayo says, yo, 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 yo. Mayo, welcome to the chat. We got Mayo. All right, so we expected east-west, but we got southeast-west. Here's the bug. Here's the bug that we were exposing. All right, so there's something wrong. There's something going wrong when we build this here. We expected east-west, but was southeast-west. 0, -1. 0, -1. All right, 0, -1. Let's see, 0, -1. That would be this tile. And we are expecting just east and west, but we got southeast. So we're putting a wall in here unintentionally. This is exactly what I was hoping to expose here. And so something looks like it might be incorrect here. In my test, in my build, there has to be something wrong with the build. There's either something wrong with the build or tile at. One of those two things is getting the wall incorrectly. But Mayo, welcome aboard, my friend. Welcome to the crew. I know, thank you so much for your help the other day. You getting the Firebot tool. It's been awesome. I absolutely love it. But welcome to the crew. Since you're new here, I am Captain Coder. Captain Coder is me. Me. Look, right here. You see this face? This is the face of the captain. The captain is a computer science educator. My job, I'm a professional computer science teacher. I work at a school that's ages 10 to 14 for the most part. But I also do individual and group tutoring. For all levels of computer science. That said, I'm learning Unity. I've got a little bit of C# here. My programming background's pretty solid, but I'm learning stuff as we go. But if you have any questions, programming related or otherwise, do not hesitate to ask, and I'll be happy to entertain it. I don't promise to always have an answer, but I promise I will entertain your question. And backseat coding is welcome and encouraged. So if there's something you're seeing me doing, you're like, wait a minute, I think you should be doing it this way. I'm happy to entertain changing the way I'm doing stuff. That's how I learn. Oh, this name here, R1DU1N. Oh, how do we pronounce this? Riduin? I'm assuming those are I's. Riduin. Let me know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I love to try and get your names right, but welcome aboard. This is C#. This is C Octathorpe. Mayo says, I don't know much about coding, but I'll just lurk and watch you work your magic. That's all right. We work our magic. Riduin says, you got it. I'm so glad I got it. But if you ever want me to change what I'm calling you, just let me know. I'll do my best. I will do my best. All right, so we are trying to figure out why we're building a wall here. We don't want to build a wall. There should be no wall. So it's fascinating. This is just like so fascinating to me. 01 should be east-west, that we got a wall there. So we're gonna put a breakpoint in here. We're gonna connect our debugger. Connect our debugger in Unity. Hopefully it doesn't crash on me. We gotta connect our debugger to Unity, and hopefully it doesn't crash on me, 'cause there's a bug in Unity 2021 that gets resolved in the next version. All right, let's see here. Oh, connected. Let's see. Let's hope it stays connected here. I apologize, everyone. I'm so sorry that I subjected you to that. For being, for putting up with it. 50 points to all of you. I'm so sorry you had to listen to that. But I appreciate you being here. And look, I'm real sorry. I'm real sorry that your ears were assaulted in that way. And we'll try harder next time. So we're gonna go inside this build. We're gonna step on in, and we're gonna look. What are our connections? We're in this. Oh no. Unity. Why did your debug server die? Why do you make me cry? All right, we gotta kill Unity, folks. There is no Unity. Unity, why have you forsaken me? All right, we're gonna try again. We are gonna try again. Mr. Nash says, I give the rhymes an 8.2 out of 100. Out of 100. So, you know, not great. Not the worst. 0 would have been worse. 8 out of 2 out of 100. That's okay. That's okay. You know, it's all, you know, I'm growing, I'm learning, I'm working on my rhyme game. I'm working on my rhyming, my remedy rhymes. All right, we're gonna try one more time, then we might resort to debug logs. I hate debug logs. That's not true. I don't hate debug logs. They just, it's hard to set them up properly so that you don't get a zillion messages all over the place. All right, let's try again. Let's see if Unity will cooperate. Please cooperate, Unity. Unity, if you would cooperate, that would be great. That'd be great. All right, let's try this test again. Got a connection. Go in. Step over. Oh, it doesn't like this method. Does not like this method. We're gonna try. That's so infuriating. All right, we're gonna have to try something else. All right, one more time, Unity. Thwarted by Unity. All right, Unity editor, die. That's infuriating. Do you see the rage? The rage is building. I don't know if I can take it much longer, Unity. I'm sick and tired of your debugging getting to me. Yeah. All right, Unity, we're gonna try again. We're gonna try again here. Bring it over. Bring it over. All right, the debugger's not cooperating, so we gotta just logic our way through it here. Let me try. We're only calling build once in here. I'm gonna try moving my breakpoint from out here to inside build before we add the walls, and see if we can get some better luck with that. It feels insane that this should work, and sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. We're attached, enable. It just makes me sad that Unity has this quirk. There we go. Let's try it, folks. Let's run this test. Not that one, this one. This one. All right, and I'm in here. Okay, I can examine this stuff. Floors are 7, unconnected points. This is what I wanted to look at. My unconnected points on our error. Hang on, let's see. Our unconnected points, get it side by side. Our unconnected points should be these ones. So 0, 0 to the west, 1, 1 to the east, 1, 1 to the south, 0, -3 to the north. Okay, so these are all looking proper to me. Can we look at our current walls? Yeah. So our current walls, non-public members in our walls, we got 18. I want to see if there are any walls that are already added here. The specific, Christoph Howard's going into lurk mode. Welcome to lurk. Christoph, Captain Coders Academy thanks you for choosing to lurk here. We know there are many options on Twitch when you choose to lurk, and we are so happy you have chosen Captain Coders Academy. All right, so we have, the issue was that -1 or 0, -1. All right, do we have anything for 0, -1? We do. 0, -1. Ah, southeast, west. Some point we ended up with a wall here. At some point we ended up with a wall here. Interesting. So it's not build. It's not built. So we need to be able to check which walls exist. Somehow when we added this somewhere, maybe? Oh, I think it's related to if we don't have a passable. Okay, this is good. This is good. So I think we've exposed but we're one step closer to exposing the bug. We're closer than we've ever been. All right. So in our map builder test, I need to check that our walls. So I need access to our walls here, and I have that. I can check walls at position, right? I have walls at. So I can do this. And our map builder test, after this merge, I'm 90% sure this merge must be adding a wall here. So we're gonna loop through each one of our positions. All right, let's build this up. Build up a dictionary like this. We're gonna call this our expected walls. Our floors look good. This is gonna be our expected walls. Is that gonna change all of these down here? Yeah, I don't wanna do that. If I were to do this, will you let me rename you? Let me rename you. Let me rename. There we go. The refactor worked. Format. Okay, so in this case, our expected walls, 0, -3. I think I know what's going on. We shouldn't have one to the north yet because we haven't actually finished. There's a connection point there, so we haven't actually done that yet. These ones are the same. 0, 0 should have no walls because this connection point hasn't been turned into a wall yet. Our 1, 0, that's this one, should have northeast, and this one should be southwest, and this one should be no walls because we still have those as connection points. So this should be the expected wallage. The expected wallage, and we're gonna go through a loop just similar to this one. So I'm gonna steal that just for now. We're gonna say for each position in our expected walls, we want to check Bob to builder that tile that walls at this position is equal to our walls. So it's just this Bob to builder dot walls at P, and then this one would be down here again as well. Okay, so this I think is this should hopefully fail. We should fail in here, and we want to find the point in our merge, the merge at method seems to be adding walls unintentionally. I think I know why. I'm pretty sure I know why, but let me see if my suspicion's correct. If this fails, my suspicion is I'm closer on my suspicion here. Let's detach the debugger. Okay, so that way it doesn't stop there. And let's run this. Let us get lettuce and tomato. Let us get, I don't know why my brain hears lettuce and tomato. So 0, 1 expected east-west, but was southeast-west. And if I open this error line, sure enough, it's right here. Okay, so it's not our build. Our build isn't failing, it's our merge. Our merge is failing, which is nice to know. It's not nice that it's failing, but it's nice to know that this is where this feature is failing. So let's hop into our merge at, and it's related to when we merge our walls in. It has to be. So we come in here, merge at, merges the floors, then merges the walls. Let me take a look at my merge walls and my add walls. What does add walls do? Add walls called add wall I must be adding a wall in a weird way. Walls that try to get, if it doesn't have the if there is no wall set for this position, we create an empty wall set for that. Yeah. And then we add the facing, and then we add in a neighbor wall. Let's put a debug in our, let's put a breakpoint. What are our current breakpoints? We don't need this. I want to get rid of that one. Our merge at is where we're failing. I'm pretty sure it's in merge walls. So let's take a look at what merge walls is doing. Let's reconnect the debugger. And I'm just curious if, all right, reconnect the debugger. Is that the only place we call merge at? It is. Okay, so we'll get here right away. Let's run this, and we should get into our debug here. Merge walls. Okay, the debugger is working for us. So to merge, let's look at to merge. It's unconnected points north, south, non-public members, walls. It has 9 walls. There must be, all right, so 9 walls, does that make sense? Let's again get this side by side down here so I can see. Does 9 walls make sense? We should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why do we have 9 walls? It could be on the opposite ends of those. But let's look. This would be 0, 1, 2. So 0, 2. Okay, it has an east and a west. There. And if we go to the right, okay, so when we added this wall, it just is adding it on the other side. All right, so the one we're merging in doesn't have a wall there. What about this? So we don't currently have a wall there. And in this one here, 0, -1 has one to the south already. Okay, so before we even get to this merge walls, we have that in there. Am I doing something silly? Let us finish the debugger. Let's go look at our rooms. Do I add in a wall here? So 0, 0. Oh, there should be no walls here. This is where the bug is. I was adding walls in here, and I'm adding walls in here. Look how dumb I am. In the definition, although I had this picture here, my actual thing that I was building was not that shape. I should have written a test for this. Oh man. Let's see here. So it seems like my merge and stuff is fine. It's that the thing I was using actually had the issue. So add walls. So I should have a wall. 1, 0 is here, has a wall north and east, and 0, 1 is this position, it has a south and west. Okay. Does my test pass now? All right, our debugger is not attached, so we shouldn't have to worry about that. Oh boy, you know, this was a pebcac. This was a pebcac bug. Okay, well, we got a different error now, but that one was definitely a pebcac. The given key 0, 0 was not present in the dictionary. And I'm assuming that's our wall dictionary. Let's go look. This is on Map Builder line 22. Map Builder line 22. Walls at position. We need to just do a walls dot. Can Can we do a try get here? We'll do this. We'll do this. If walls dot try get value position out hash set facing value. If that's the case, we return value, and this will be rename this walls. Otherwise, we return an empty hash set. There we go. Let us give it another shot, folks. Let us see if this will work. Run. Boom. All right. I think we may have it. I think we may have our generator, folks. The moment of truth be before us. Let's see if we get weird walls. All right, generate some map here. Oh, this looks beautiful. We're gonna add in our grid cell database. We're gonna add this to the scene. Boom. This looks good. This looks good. Oh, yeah. All right. So we can, all right. So none of these walls look impossible. We did it. We did it, folks. This wall is totally possible because of the way this dungeon gets generated, right? So this wall is not illegal. The other ones were illegal because they should never have the walls coming off of here because there's no way to get those. This one, it's totally possible that we came out, generated this, looped around, ran into this dead end, then came out here, generated this, ran into this dead end, generated up here, came down. So it's essentially, you got to make sure that there's a path to every position in here, and there is. All right. We did it, folks. We actually got something done today. We fixed our wall bug here. We fixed our wall bug here for being here to witness this momentous occasion. And this has been plaguing us. I'm gonna go 200 points. This one's so big to me. We gotta celebrate with the 200 points. Whoa. We gotta give me a whoa. Gotta celebrate. We had a lot of points here. All the points. That's right, MMO Pug. We got that Pog Champ. Got that Pog Champ. Oh, yeah. It's a whoa. I need a second whoa. Oh, we're getting some Pog Champs in here. Can we get enough? There should be a little trigger here. Mr. Natural with the keyboard. What's going on with my counter? My counter. We almost made it, folks. That's okay. My, for some reason, this counter's not resetting properly. Bear with me a moment. Grab your bear. Hang on to it. You gotta bear with me just here for a moment. You gotta bear with me a moment. Okay, so there we go. There we go. I'm really happy about it. Let's make a commit. Let's save our work. Save our work. We actually did it, folks. All right, add those in feet. Or is it a fix? Fix. Fix. Oh, here comes the chain. We almost got it. A woe chain has started. All right, we gotta fix. Map generation. Wall removal. You know, it was actually that the walls were you know, the map generation wall removal bug resolved. We're almost there, folks. Whoa! Do other people hear the whoa? Is it coming through? My monitor is not set up properly, but it should have the whoa there. Excellent. Thank you guys so much for the support. We did it. It's a bit quiet, but I can hear the whoa. Gotcha. I don't know why, for some reason. I don't want to, if I switch over to my sound effects tab, we'll deal with it later. I'll work with it off stream. Okay. We'll fix it. We'll fix it at some point. Beautiful. We actually, oh, did it hit the X? We actually got something done. All right, now I want to add rooms to my generator. We'll add rooms in. to make the map a little bit better. So we're gonna add in our rooms. We gotta be smart about how we put these in. So we're gonna add a couple more rooms here. Yeah, we're gonna add a couple more rooms. So I want to do rooms of varying shapes and sizes. And once I have these, then I should be able to, I want to write a parser that'll parse these in. All right, so I want a room that's a little bit bigger. This one's 2x2. I'm going to go with a 4x4 room. 4x4 room here. And our 4x4 room is going to have walls and exits like these. Walls and exits is not the right word, but connection points like these. This one's gonna be lower, it'll be here. And this one on the bottom, we'll bring it across, we'll put a connection point here. And then on this side, well, don't do this to me. Don't do it to me. Don't do me like that. All right, there we go. The tabs. The tabs are hurting. They're hurting. All right, so this is the room I want to build for my slightly bigger room. Okay, so this is gonna be my 4x4. And so we got 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3. And we want to repeat this. So I'm going to do it this way. It's a little easier for me. A little easier for me. Like this. And then we're going to add add floor. 1, 1. Add floor. 1, 2. Gonna add floor. 1, 3. And then we come down here. We got the next row. Hang on. This is X. Should be fine. This should be fine. This becomes 2, 2, 0. We're gonna add a floor at 2, 1. We're gonna add a floor at 2, 2. We're gonna add a floor at 2, 3. Not there. Copy this. We're gonna add a floor at 3, 0, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3. All right, so we got ourselves a nice little 4x4 room. We're gonna add in our walls. All right, so our wall at positions 0, 0 is north, north, and west. I really got to turn this into a file that I can load because this is a nightmare. Nightmare is a strong word, but this is not a fun experience. Our wall at X1 is, there's no walls here. No walls. I don't actually have to add anything. Okay, that's kind of cool. Cool is no wrong word, but nice. This one has a north wall. Our center tiles, we actually don't have to worry about it. Our center tiles here. Our top corner, north and east. It's just so much harder to visualize what the heck this looks like compared to if I had a map file like this that I could load in and it would turn it into this thing. So we're gonna add that, we're gonna do that probably tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. So let's add in some more walls though. So we got no walls at this position here. No walls at these ones, but we have wall here. So our next wall is a new position. We're just gonna loop around. So this is sort of our top edge. Now we're gonna do our side edge. So this one's gonna be 1, 3, H Mendoza 2001. Welcome back to the crew. Again, my friend, it's so nice to have you here. How you doing, H. Mendoza? Welcome back. Welcome back to the crew, my friend. It's so nice to see you this morning. How are you? How are you today? We have no walls there, but in the bottom right corner, so this is going to be 3, 3, we have a wall on our east and our south. And if we add in, we have no walls here, but we're gonna be in this position now. So this one here is position 1, 3, and we have 1 to the south. And then 0, 3, this is our bottom left corner, so it's south and west. And then hang on, we're gonna work our way up here. So this is position 2. Rave! Welcome back, my friend. If anyone doesn't know, for those of you who don't know Rave is also a streamer. Rave is currently making a space trucking game called Unforgiven Space. It looks so good. He's a 3D artist. He's a game developer, real game developer. He's a real game developer. Captain Coder's one of these fake game developers. I'm just a wannabe game developer. But you gotta follow Rave if you're not currently following us. Attention all lurkers. Please direct your attention to the chat. We have a very important guest with us at this moment. Rave, the one and only Rave, my friends. Give him a follow. If you're not already following him, you gotta give him. If you're not following him, Dramel, because I'm talking about you. If you're not following him, you gotta give him that little heart. You gotta give him that little heart. All right, follow Rave. Excellent streamer, very, very enjoyable. I learned so much about Blender in that stream. He does game development in Unity and also all of the models he does himself, and those models are awesome. Those models are awesome. So Rave, thank you so much for being here, my friend. So happy to have you aboard. How are you doing? How's it going up there in Coldland? Ooh, Rave's got a question, random question regarding lists. I love it. Let me go ahead and ask your question. I got it before I get too distracted here and write another bug. I'm gonna finish this up. So this is 0, 2. That would be this one. We have a wall to the west. There's no walls here, and then we're done. So I think this is all the walls we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We should have 12 walls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Excellent. We have that walls. Now let's add these connection points in. Rave says, can I have a list of random things that inherit from the same base class, but have that list displayed differently based on the type of? So this is a C# question for sure. I don't know if I completely understand your question. I want to say yes, but we'll take a look at it in just a moment. The contents of the list can be displayed different. The list itself, I don't think will be displayed different. But let me finish up my connection points. Actually, here's what I'm gonna do. Add connection points. All right, Rave, let's go do it. Let me see if I understand your question. I love when people ask me questions. So I gotta start. I need to go. All right, let me get. 1 sec. The captain, I'm gonna stutter. Hey, wait on. Here I go. 1 moment. Hang on, real quick. 1 sec. Hang on, Rave. Here we go. 1 sec. I'm gonna get in a moment here. Wait. Hang on. Are you waiting? Here we go. Example. Here we go. CD. Let me get this. 1 sec. If you could bear with me. One moment. Here we go. .NET. New console. All right, everybody. Sorry. I had a little bit of a breakdown there for a moment. But here we go. We've got ourselves a new .NET project here. So let me see if I understand. You have 2 classes. All right. So let's say we have a class. Banana. All right. We're gonna go with banana as our class. Okay. Let's see. Rave says, but have the list displayed different based on type of. I guess it's half you have it. Okay, say we have a list of components. One is shield, the other is power plant, and we have a list of components. Yes, okay. So we'll do this. Interface component. It doesn't, all right, public, we'll do class component. All right, we'll do a class component. And we're gonna say that power plant extends component, right? Power plant extends component, and then we have shield extends component. Is this correct, Rave? Is this sort of the setup you have? And let's say that power plant has a power value that is different than achieving having a string. Okay, so in power plant we have int, what is it? Power plant has a value in it from shield having an int. So we'll say power plant has an int, int level, and we'll set this to 3. And then shield will have this be a float, power equals 7.5. Let's go with this. Okay. And you then have a list. You have a list here of components. And in it you have, let's say we have a new power plant, and we also have a new shield. Is this the setup you have, Rave? Is this correct so far? And you want to do something like console, in your case it'd be like debug.log, console.writeLine, and I'm gonna make a string as string, because I'm not creative enough. We're gonna do string.join. We're gonna do a comma here. We're gonna join components like this. New console.writeLine as string. So this is essentially what you're trying to do. If I understand your question correctly, Rave. Proton says, the Captain Coder, make a demo.net. Make a demo.net. I don't quite understand what you're asking, Proton. Are you saying that I made a demo.net? That's because that's what I've done here. If I run this, by default, it's just gonna be like, hey, compiling. Hello world, power plant, shield. All right, so I get power plant, I get shield, but you don't want it to say power plant and shield, right? Instead, we can do the following. Public override string toString. And this is gonna return power plant, and then we're gonna say level, and then level. And then this one's public override string toString. This one is gonna return shield power, and then power, shield power, what did I do? I do a hash, not hash, colon, is that right? How do I make it not show too many? Well, we'll leave it as it's just power here. All right, so I override this. And so this is something called dynamic dispatch. It says it's gonna dynamically choose at runtime which one to use. So now we get a list with power plant level and shield power 7.5. Did this answer your question, Rave? Do you have a clarifying question you would like to ask? The text is too small. So we can override the toString here. Oh, you want to show the different values in the inspect? You want to be able to change them in the inspector. You'll have to do, I'm 90% sure you're going to have to do a custom editor. Proton trying to provoke me. Proton with the boozling. A7801956. Oh boy, that's a hard one to sing. A7801956. We welcome you to the crew. Is that a real username? Let me ask you, are you a real person? Because that name seems awfully suspect. But Rave, if you're trying to edit this directly in the inspector, there's some things you can do. But it's kind of tricky. I think I think you might have to do something custom to do that. You could definitely do it with something custom. So in Adventure Quest, we had done something with interfaces that way. But I'm assuming it sounds like you're right, Mooniz. But this is how I would do it outside of, just purely with the override. Proton, Proton got me with the boozle. Got me with the boozle. All right, but we're gonna press forward here if we can, Rave. I hope that answered your question. I'm assuming you got caught up with work or something like that, since I'm not hearing you, not getting a response. All right, so I'm gonna finish adding my connection points in here. We got 4 connection points. We've got 4 connectors. I've got 4 connections on this room. We've got 4 connections. In this room, we got 4 connections. In this room, we got 4 connections in this room. So this one is to the north. We got an itty bitty connection. To the west, we got an itty bitty connection. To the west, we got another connection. To the east, we got a connection to our east. All right, so this one's at 2, 3. And this one is at 3. Oh, no. Hang on. This should be 3, 2. 3, 2, 0, 1, 2. And this one is at 2, 3. So north, west, east, south. So we got this new room defined here. H. Mendoza says, I love the captain. 2 jingles per line of code. That's right. That's right. Code Red says, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Code Red. Welcome back to the crew, my friend. Proton says, Proton asked, have you ever done 3D on HTML with CSS? It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've done it. I did play around with it a little bit, but not a lot. Not a lot. Good question, though. I know you can. I haven't done it much. Rave says, unfortunately, work consumed me for a moment. Art says, I've been a bit absent. Have you fixed the wall bug? Yes, we found the wall bug, Art. It was really dumb. It wasn't in the merge code. It wasn't in my builder code. I had this picture that I was like, this is what my room looks like. This is what my room looks like. It turns out this was a lie. I was adding walls by default to that room. So of course we had weird wall connections going on. So the connections were actually working. It's just I had ill-defined my my generators. Yeah. So Rave, if you wanted to edit it in the inspector, I think you're going to need. And I'm so new to Unity, I actually don't know if you have to. I know you definitely could do it with a custom Unity editor or potentially a drawer. But this is how we can get the list to do it here. If you override toString, it'll do a different toString on it. But if you're explicitly wanting to be able to edit it in the Unity drawer, so check this out. I wrote this code here. So I have a list of components. I have a new power plant and a new shield. New power plant and a new shield. And I turn it to a string here. And so my output right now is power plant level 3, shield power 7.5, and it's because I've overwritten the toString method. And that's how the join here, I just joined them on that. And I hope that's kind of helpful. But a custom editor, if you want to be able to edit it in Unity's inspector, this will not work. This will not work. Proton sent a link. Art, I hope that answered your question. I do have my wall bug fixed. Rafe says, I didn't know if we can just add different object types to the same list. You can. They have to share a common parent type. So they have to extend same class. Ooh, this is fancy. Look at that Scrabble die. S. Frosmo. This is cool. This is pure HTML and CSS. That's amazing. This type of stuff amazes me. We've come so far. Proton, thank you so much for sharing. Real quick, everybody, if you don't know, the legendary Proton is an astounding Commodore 64 coding guru, musician, and graphician. Absolute legend. You gotta check out his music, check out his stream. He's always programming in some awesome assembly. The absolute legend there. We're gonna listen to some music here if my computer doesn't crash. Here we go. Let's randomly pick one. I always start with buffer overflow, but the music you are hearing right now, courtesy of Proton, awesome chiptune, Commodore 64 soundtracks, amazing stuff going on over there. You gotta check it out. Proton, amazing stuff going on over there. All right. Let us continue here. Good question, Rave. Thank you for asking. All right, so we have a 4x4 room, and I want to add this to my map generator. So we're gonna add in additionally here IEnumerable map builder. These are our room options, and we are gonna do room options equals new room options like this. Art says, it indeed answered my query, thank you. I am now headed for, the currently bleak outdoors from exercise. Enjoy your exercise, my friend. As always, keep on growing, keep on coding. Have yourself a beautiful day, Art, and you are welcome back anytime, my friend. Thank you for stopping by. All right, so we're gonna get these room options. It's gonna get us some errors elsewhere. And yeah, we got some errors now, specifically in our grid editor. So our grid editor is going to require, I'm going to do a rooms.all. So in my rooms, I'm going to create, just like I did in my corridors. All right, we have this all here. I'm going to add one of these down at the bottom. And this is going to be room 2x2, a room 4x4. Like this. And now our grid editor, we can do all here. And we should, and it's gonna be a little bit wacky. Cause, oh, hang on, there's no formal, yeah. So here, we're gonna pass in it. Can I do an empty? New array empty? Can we do, I just want an empty, okay. In our map generator, can we make that optional? Public map generator, map builder, starting builder. This is gonna get cleaned up later. It's gonna be something completely different. We call this with map builder, starting builder, corridors options, and a new map builder array that's empty. There we go. Map generator like this, give it a new empty one, so if we don't pass one in, it's still happy to function with no corridors defined. And I'm gonna have to define like a whole map generator builder thing here. Okay. Now in my map generator, I need to actually use my corridor options as well. My room options as well. So right here, I'm gonna make it more likely to generate corridors. So I'm gonna do do I have an RNG here? I do. I'm gonna do RNG.next double. So we need a random double. Low chance. And we need to build up a table of like random selections. Oh, this is gonna be a double. Captain Cutter says, you sound like a president with echo delay effects. Is there an echo? Is there an echo going on? Or are you trying to boozle me again, Proton? I sound like a president. Someday I'll be president. Someday I'll be President Coder. Not just Captain Coder, I'll be President Coder. Get a promotion, I'll be Admiral Coder. Get another promotion, I'll be President Coder. Oh, you're doing it here. Awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, Proton was showing me he built this cool little device to add in effects. He's passing audio through a little Arduino that he put together that he could pipe in music and get a bunch of stuff. Rave says, definitely looks like a superhero. Thank you, Rave. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Do I look like a superhero? What do people think? I need to get a cape. Here's my, I'm wearing my sweatpants. My superhero pose there. My superhero pose. I need to get a cape. Need to get a cape, need to fly on in. Take the cheese to all new heights, exactly. Exactly. Who doesn't love cheese? Who doesn't love some cheese in this? So we're gonna take a double chance here. And in this case, we're gonna say if chance is less than 0.8, so 80% of the time, we are gonna get this thing. All right, so we're gonna do this var corridor. Let's rename this. We're gonna rename this addition. Addition like this. Age Monkey says, I don't see Clank on the shelf. I don't have Clank. Clank is such an awesome game, Age Monkey, but I don't have it. I've played it many times, but I just don't own it. Clank is, oh, I love Clank. Raiku says, Grandmaster Coder, the master of creating problems in the project. How, Roiku, how dare you? How dare you? I don't, you know, well, I guess that's true. All problems come, it's my code, so all the problems are for me. I suppose that's true. I suppose that's true. But yeah, I like to think that I'm a senior overlord in charge of problems. Senior overlord in charge of production. So in this case, we're gonna use this to select. Rookie says, I didn't say problems are a bad thing. You can learn from them and overcome. Yes, yes we can. All right, so this is gonna be my selector. It's gonna choose my initial list here. So I'm gonna create a, what is this? What should this be? This should be a list of map builders options. And this is gonna start out as room options. And if chance is less than 0.8, we're gonna change it to options is equal to corridor options. So this is just a really dumb way to do it. So and then we're gonna do options here. So 80% of the time we're gonna end up with a corridor, 20% of times we'll end up with a room, and hopefully just magic happens. We're about to find out. Let us, so in our grid editor, we did add in all of our rooms. Rooms, we have room 2x2, 4x4. All right, let's see if we can get, let's see how it do. Yeah, Age Monkey though, I do need me some Clank. Clank, I love that game. Generate, does it break? Ooh, it's looking good. I see some rooms like oh, look at this. Let's dump it in. Get that grid cell database. Let's dump it in. Look at that dungeon. And the rules for building it aren't so, oh, so that's weird. Something's wrong there. I'm assuming for this room, I didn't actually define a wall there. Let's go to our rooms. This one here, so in position, this should be 3,1. 3,1. I didn't define it. So this was supposed to be 3,1. All right, so I was missing this wall here. Let us generate another one. This is cool. 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 Generate. Add to scene. There we go. Now we got more interesting room connections, dungeon gridding, we got hallways, we got rooms getting added. Very, very neat. Very, very neat. Let's add a couple more rooms. I want to add in the rest of my room designs here. And this is the not so fun part. We gotta, I'm not gonna copy and paste, that's gonna cause a problem. I'll take this first part. So the next room I want to build, or should I, you know, at this point, should I actually, okay, so now I want to make a long room, 2, 3, 4. All right, so my long room, 1, 2, 3, 4. I should increase the generation steps potentially as well. And so it's about ready to start doing. All right, so I wanted to add more, this type of room can have more connection points. So the connector points are like this. It's long, you still have one connection point on each side, but you have 2 connection points on the top and bottom. And one of the things I want to do is actually make it so that it will rotate this. So this room is 8 by 4. Okay, and so we got to add in that add floor 0, 4. We'll copy this. 5, 4, 6, 4, 7. All right, we're gonna add this in here, and this become. Oh, I'm gonna do a proton trick. We're about to do the multi-line jitsu. You guys ready for the multi-line jitsu? Multi-line jitsu. If you haven't seen multi-line jitsu, pay attention. Pay attention. Are you watching? Multi-line jitsu. Hey.
You in the back.
You in the back.
Pay attention.
Pay attention. Here we go. Multi-line jitsu. I need to change each of these 3s to a 4. If I click my mouse right here, I have my cursor, Control and Alt. I'm gonna press the up and down arrow. I'm gonna change this to a 4. To a 4. I'm gonna change this to a 5. To a 6. To a 7. Multi-line jitsu accomplished. Proton Fig has sent us the captain speaking. Ooh, let's listen. Let's listen. And then, I suppose that's true. Proton, thank you for sharing that. Thank you, my friend. All right, we got these. We're gonna enter connection points. I'm gonna still this. We need 8 connection points. How is the volume on that? Did it come through all right? I feel my volume's supposed to adjust. If I stop talking, it's supposed to adjust up. So I hope it did. So we have a connection point here. This is 1 0 1 2 2 0. We have another one at 2 3 4 5 0. I'm gonna do my facings in a moment. This one should be. Oh, we need 6. There should only be 6 of these. All right. Then we have one at 0, 1. This one is at 7, 2, and the other ones are at the bottom. So this one should be 2 and 5, and the connection points should be 7, 7. These ones are both north. These ones are both south, and this one is on the left side, so it's west, and this one is east. All right, I'm hoping that is correct. Fede 020796. That's not, again. These names with all these numbers are feeling a little suspicious. But Fede, welcome to Captain Coder's Academy. Fede 020796. I welcome you to the crew. Fede, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Thank you for laughing at me. That tells me that you're probably not a bot, either that you're a very sophisticated bot, but happy Friday to you. Welcome to the crew. If you are new here, I am Captain Coder. This is Captain Coder's Academy. We are learning how to do procedural dungeon generation in C# and Unity. I'm a computer science educator. My job, I have, the place that I work at a school. I teach ages 10 to 14, but I also do, tutoring outside of that. If you have any questions, coding related or otherwise, do not hesitate to ask. And backseat coding is highly encouraged, but welcome to the stream, my friend, and so happy to have you here. But yeah, we had someone that was just a bunch of bunch of numbers earlier. It looked like a phone number. Suspiciously looked like a phone number, and they didn't stick around long. It did not stick around long. Okay. Add in those connection points. I think we have this. So we're going to add in our room 8x4. All right, let's see if our 8x4 room seems okay. Proton! This music's killer. Killer. All right, we're going to generate a room or a dungeon. Let's add in a grid cell database again. Let's add it to the scene. Boom! This is looking good. Look at this. This is fabulous. 1, 2, 3. This is our 4x4. Did we get any of our longer rooms? We didn't get any of the longer rooms yet. Let's generate another one. Let us generate another one. Right, generate. Let's see if we get our long room. Cannot perform merge. That was interesting. Do we get any of our long rooms here? Add to scene. There we go. We got a long room. Oh, I forgot to add walls. I forgot to add walls to this room. We gotta add our walls in. But we did get a long room. Check out that long room. Boom, got it. It added walls where the doors were supposed to connect. That's really funny to me. And then something weird happened here. I don't know what's going on with that. Very cool. Very cool. Let's add in some walls. You gotta add in the walls. To this, we got 8 minutes, and I gotta take another break, another brickety break. But let's get in the walls. We'll add walls along the north side. I feel like there's gotta be a nicer way to do this. I mean, really, the nice way to do it is gonna be to load it in. Lunoria, Lunoria. Welcome to the crew, Lunoria, Lunoria, how are you? Lunoria, welcome so much. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome aboard. Welcome to Captain Coder's Academy. If you are new here, I am Captain Coder. I'm a computer science educator. If you have any questions, programming related or otherwise, do not hesitate to ask. I'll do my best to answer. I don't have all the answers. I have some answers, but not all of them. I'll do my best to answer. You can ask any question you'd like, programming related or otherwise. Backseat coding is also encouraged. So if you have a suggestion, please give me that suggestion. All right, but we got our room all right, we're adding walls. So I want to add walls across the top. Okay, so our walls across the top here. I'm gonna go ahead and add in, these are all gonna be north walls. Okay, these are all gonna be north walls. North walls, there's gonna be 8 of these. 6, 7, 8. All right, and we're gonna crisscross 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But we don't have a wall here or here, so that is at position 2. So we dropped that one. And position 5, we dropped that one. And these corners have an additional wall. So this one should have a wall to the west. This is our top left corner. And this one should have a wall to the east because it's our top right corner. Okay. Then we really only have one wall in this row, which is nice. All of these have no walls on them. So just the rightmost wall here. So we're gonna add in a wall. This one is in the Y column 1, but all the way to the right, and it's to the east. Okay. We only have one wall here on the left side. So this is the west side here. And this one is at position 2, 0. 2, 0, 1, 2, 0. It's on the left side here. This is to the west. Once again, our bottom's gonna have. Hang on. What did I do? I didn't mean to add a connection point. Oh no. Hang on. These should not be connection points. They need to be walls. Okay, it's adding in the wrong spot. Need to be here. Okay, so we have one wall in row 1 all the way at the 7th column, and it is going to the east. And we have one in row 2 all the way on the left and is going west. And then we're gonna have this many walls on the bottommost one here. And so these are all going to be position Y position 3. Oh, did I do? No. These are all. Sorry. Go back. Y positions should be 3. So these are all in the 3rd row. Did I do these ones right? This should be column. I hate that I've done it this way. 1. Yeah, so this is our X position, and this is 0, 2. Did I do this right? 0. Yeah, our Y is 0, 1, 2, and then 3 all the way across. 0, 1. So these are all south. Multi-line it. South. Accidentally did a thing. Okay, I think this will get our walls looking proper. Get our walls looking nice and pretty proper. We do have some issue here. Our merge seems to have something not quite right here as well. Generate a new one. Here, get a nice looking generate. Let's get rid of this generated dungeon. Looks like I might have some X and Y. So now that my rooms, this has exposed another issue, it looks like. Oh, my big, these rooms also have no walls. That's interesting. Or, yeah, something is super wacky with the generation. The way these are connecting together. Fascinating. Did I add walls to this one? I did. Do I have my X and Y reversed here? Oh my goodness, am I losing my mind? Nanny Virak! Think those were the 8 long ones being split in half. It looks like my rows and columns are broken here. Yeah, so it looks like my rows and columns might be broken here. Something super bizarre with my rows and columns. It's really interesting. This should be X, this should be Y, and so I should have just been going with row and column this whole time, because using X and Y is destroying my brain. And it's so much easier for me to think row and column than X and Y, because X and Y and row and column don't translate properly. So we're going to do a refactor of that, I think, at some point. But let's look here. Notice my rooms, I have my Y growing out and not my X. So the shape of this room is actually tall rather than wide. So I have all of these. You'll notice my Y position is getting bigger. So this is actually, I've added walls as though it was this shape, but it's actually tall and skinny. And so my walls are all, or my floors are defined incorrectly. This should be 0. Here, let me swap this. 0, 1. Hang on. These should all be swapped out. We gotta do an overhaul. My Y position is getting bigger in the world of game dev. My Y position is growing. We are at a point where we gotta take a break here. I'm gonna see if, there's always something I want to get done here. So this should be our Y position. So I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna set these. This is our X position. Okay, so going across here, these should all be 0, 1, 2, 3. Can I do an alt move with it? No. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. And then our X, so that's our X position. And These should all be 1. Okay, so this one's a little harder to do. Because these should all be 0 here. I would do multi-line jitsu, but maybe if I do multi-line jitsu, I can work across. All right, so we're gonna do multi-line jitsu here. Get our cursor in position to eliminate these. So these should be 0, these should be 1, these should be 2, these should be 3. Okay, so now I think we have the right shape. My shape was inverted. And so now my walls, I hope, will line up. So I should have known because these are going up and down rather than left and right. I should have known right away. Let's give it a shot here. Let's generate. We are getting rooms generated in weird places. So I think we have some, I don't know what this merge thing is doing. There's another bug in here somewhere. I'm almost ready to do a full refactor on this. There we go. That looks better. Notice, I think this thinks it can connect to this thing here. So I think this chunk is supposed to be here. So there's something odd happening with that. But we're getting closer. There's something with the way that's selecting positions. This is pretty cool though. I'm pretty cool. We ended up with like a corner attached to a room here. They're probably, yeah, these things are not attached properly. So there's some bugs that we got to expose. But I'm having fun. I'm having fun with this. All right, we're going to take a break. I'm going to go for another, take a break. Maybe I should hop off here and get ready for work. Jam calls them features. Not a bug, just a secret room. Yeah, it is a secret room. It defies all reason, defies all logic here. But pretty cool stuff. I'm really quite happy with this. All right, folks. I think I'm gonna. Let's see here. Should I stop? I think I should stop. It's Friday. I got a long workload today. I think I should prep for work. I really want to keep streaming. But we made a lot of progress today. So we did add rooms to our generator. So we did finish that. Now we have like a positioning bug that we're gonna figure out. But we added rooms to our generator. Very basic rooms here. Let's save everything. Let's get this in here. Feature, add rooms to map generator. All right. We're gonna go find someone to raid, folks. Thank you all, as always. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's been an absolute joy having you. I've had so much fun this morning, as always. Let's see if we can find someone to raid real quick. Let's see who's on. Let's see if anyone I know is on. We're gonna take a look. It's in a book. We're gonna go raid Grumble of Pugs. Folks. Great stream over there. They're doing Godot. Some Godot stuff, but great stream. We're gonna give them a raid. As always, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for making this morning exceptionally fun. Grumble of Pugs, Lunoria says, I'll definitely keep my eye open for your stream. It looks very interesting. I stream almost daily, 7 a.m. Eastern. 7 to 8, 9, 10, typically 7 to 10 Eastern. Sometimes I go longer. This week I've been going way long. But yeah, if you want to be notified, if you want to make sure you don't miss the capture stream, go ahead and follow. And if you'd like to participate outside of the Twitch, feel free to join the Discord. No pressure. You don't have to join the Discord. I know everyone's in 1,000 different Discords, but we have a fun little community forming over there. Feel free to join. You ask questions. I try and answer questions on there. So if you have programming questions, or just questions in general, feel free to hop in and join there. All right, everybody. As always, keep on coding, keep growing, be the best you can be, and have a beautiful day. As always, you are welcome back anytime.